Hey,
All
what's
right.
up, everybody? It don't look like Tank's ready yet. I was like, you got 3 minutes.
There we go.
Like, I was like, yeah, 4 minutes. I was like, uh-oh, here we go. All right, now take 2. Got it.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I was like, I looked at the screen, I'm like, oh, I forgot about something. Oh man, what is up? Welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is St. Kareem with Brandon Grizzly, Brandman Brandon. What's going on?
Oh man, it's been a lot of stuff going on, man. A lot of news, a lot of things, and nerdy stuff to talk about.
For sure.
I don't know how I feel about some of it. Some things I love, especially with the X-Men season 3 already. We're gonna get renewed. Like that's what the hell.
I mean,
are you surprised? Yeah, are you surprised?
Yeah.
No, because it's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's funny. I've heard a couple of people that have complained about this last episode, which I thought was surprising. But then I understand what I'm hearing. Listen to what they're saying, and it's not because the episode was bad; it's because they don't like the Madeline Pryor thing. That's what it is.
I mean,
feel like
there's no placating anyone.
Yeah, and it's not nothing new either. I mean,
yeah,
that storyline is freaking probably as old as me at this point. It's like
but if you hate so the story is, Jean Grey was supposed to die.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Cyclops. Madeline Pryor was created for Cyclops to go, off to the sunset, whatever, to give Scott his happy ending. That was the point. The writer literally made the point. The reason why he was doing this to make sure Cyclops had his happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
Then, basically, Marvel told him, "No, we need Cyclops. We're going to put him in X-Force." So they had to bring Cyclops back, and then they wanted to bring back Jean Grey. So they had to figure out a storyline that worked. So though Madeline Pryor was supposed to be Scott's happy ending, she ended up becoming a villain, and they hated that storyline. That was not what was originally supposed to happen. So the creator, the writer, doesn't even like it. So that's why people that are, hardcore comic book people are in that up in arms and saying, like, yeah, I hate this storyline because of A, B, and C. Even though it's one of the top 4 storylines that we get in X-Men, period. But they don't like it because that's not what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, but I mean, that happens all the time in comic books. You know what I mean? Like, we were never supposed to get Red Hood because Joker killed him, but fans were like, hey, or not even fans. It was like DC was like, oh, well, we want to bring back an old Robin, so make him a bad guy. It happens all the time. Everything with Daredevil.
Yeah,
exactly.
Elektra brought her back. It's not anything new. That's why I was like, whatever. But
that's because when they bring someone back from the death, they always said comic books. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it really offers the opportunity to develop characters that, let's face it, at this point in time, a lot of people, their gateway into X-Men, if not the animated series like us, was the movies. We're so used to seeing, like 3 characters max being explored in the movies: Professor X, Magneto, and Wolverine. This really helps in developing characters like Scott or Jean or Storm, but I think people are so kind of used to and kind of stuck in the habit of just seeing Wolverine get the most development that there's no placating them. They really pitch a fit when they see anything otherwise. So it's like I said, it's nothing that hasn't been explored, or like you said, Tank, it's nothing that hasn't been explored in the comics. People just, there's a lot of closed-mindedness in that regard. Which
I have no problem people not liking something. That's everyone's prerogative. You can not like something. I always just want to make sure that they have a reason behind it. So I feel like this is it's a decent reason. I can understand why you feel a certain way. Doesn't mean I'm going to not enjoy what I'm seeing from X-Men. This doesn't take any joy away from me, but I can understand where you're coming from. You want, because I'm a big Black Panther thing, right? Fan. So I'm very big on that's not what was going on. That's not who the character is. So if someone feels that way about whatever, this is not what's supposed to happen. This is not the character was supposed to be. I'm not going to give him a big hissy fit. Doesn't mean I have to be that same way. I can respect someone not liking something just because. I can't respect with someone that has no reasoning behind it. They're just being an ass just to be an ass.
Yeah,
Be,
no, I agree.
Negative person.
Welcome to toxic fandom.
I mean, but, that's why I don't mind some of it. If you're gonna have a reason, have your reason. That's fine. Just don't be negative and nasty just to be negative and nasty.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that. Because that's what makes it a fandom is from, oh, I like they did this, I didn't like they did this, and you start to have like a conversation about it. What turns it like a toxic fandom is it's like, I don't like it. Why? Because
because I don't.
Stupid reason. It's like, oh, because it's a woman, or because
that Disney talked about within their meeting.
What was that?
The board meeting? Any of the stuff that came out from the board meeting? All that negative bull crap that we hear. Like, why we need a all women movie? Why we need black people movies? Like,
that was a lot more than negativity. That was blatant racism and sexism.
Yeah,
I know. Let's keep it 100.
Hey, this could be a guy who's going to be putting his people in place to run Disney.
Yep, man. She'll put a video out about it, and so it's a proxy war going on in Disney. Just a quick thing. And you're talking about Nelson Peltz is his name.
Yes.
And he said that. He goes, why do you need an all black movie? Why do you need an all woman movie? Right. And then you had the people coming out, they're like, well, Black Panther isn't all black. Like, that's not the point. The point is like black led. Like, I get what he was saying. He's an old 80-year-old man, like, whatever, but I get what he was saying. And you just like saying like, oh, well, it's not all black or all female. Like it's a shitty argument. That's not a good enough argument.
No, I think it's a terrible thing to even say because
it is.
You do need things that are for everybody.
Exactly.
Not everything has to be 100% white male generated. Like you don't need that always.
Yeah.
You can have. Look, we had 3 movies that headline women out in the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Of the 37 movies they had, 3 were headlining women.
Yeah.
So that was too much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's 2 movies that led black people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
too
much.
And it's one's a sequel of the first one.
It's only one character. Like and then you don't even give us the character we want.
Yeah.
And
Plus that dude's
against. Fuck that.
Plus that dude's daughter is Nicola Peltz from the last Airbender movie. His daughter played his very white daughter played a traditionally Asian character. What's he bitching about?
But the thing is too, he was involved on that.
Mm-hmm.
His company was his Triad, I think it's called Triad. They helped give money to the producers to get it filmed, and like it's kind of like under the table thing, but the rumor is he was like, you're gonna put my daughter in this movie, and that's what kind of started the whitewashing. I don't know if it already started or it was just part of it for sure, but the dude I don't like everything that's going on over there. And I think I was watching Chill's stream, and that's why I was like kind of confused what he was going at, because at one point he goes, oh, because this guy's all about money, that he would have like recasted T'Challa. I was like, no. If this guy's in charge, we would never get T'Challa because the guy behind Nelson Peltz.
You might have got T'Challa, but he might have been a white guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, but so the guy that started the proxy war is Peltz, but the guy behind him that pushed Triad to start is Ike Perlmutter. Ike Perlmutter. He was a former guy at Disney. He used to be with Marvel and stuff like that. And he owns 80% of Triad, that company that's trying to, the investment company. He owns 80% of it. So he pretty much is the boss, without being the boss kind of thing. When he worked for Disney, he worked kind of above Kevin Feige. And he was he was the penny pincher guy, right? He was like, no, we can't. Basically. Pretty much. So he was like the penny pincher though. So he's like, you can't do this, you can't do that. We got to watch this. The bottom line, which is fine thing to have. You always need somebody to kind of like, hey, maybe we don't spend $1 bazillion on this movie. I get it, but he didn't think Black Panther and Captain Marvel were profitable franchises. He's like, no one wants to see a black character on screen. No one wants to see a woman main character on screen. And he was part of blocking it. And Feige pretty much went to Bob Iger. He's like, either I leave or you fire him.
It's exactly said.
And they fired him.
He went and said, I will walk away if this guy's still here.
Yeah, because he's getting in the way of my like creative juice, flow. So they fired him, and ever since the dude has had like a vendetta against Disney. So he's behind it. Nelson Peltz, and then you have the other guy that's running for the other board member is also the former Disney CFO. That he should have been in charge instead of Bob Chapek. So after Bob Chapek came in charge, he wound up stepping down because he's pissed off that he got looked over. So now, like, this whole thing is this like revenge for fucking effing me over type of thing, So
it's not just that, because it is still does still have racist bigotry and all that still wrapped up into it, and that's one of the biggest things that happened in Marvel. I'm going to read exactly what he said. So he said, when pressed if that means Kevin Feige should be fired, Peltz added, I'm not ready to say that, but I question his record. People go and watch a movie or a show to be entertained. They don't go to get a message. Why do I have to have a Marvels that's all women? Not that I have anything against women, but why do I have to do that? Why can't I have Marvels that are both? Why do I need an all black cast?
No.
When someone who's against stuff says stuff like that, it's dripping with it. And and I think you do need to outline it, and you do need to say that's effed up, because of those movies, once again, 30 of the movies are exactly what you want. White male-led characters.
Yep.
2 black, 3 women, and then some ensemble that have a couple of other people in it. They're still led by white male people.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you mean? Why do we need to have both? That's exactly what they had, and they had to fight to get those 3. So, I mean, I just think that's ridiculous. I don't like it at all, and I feel like it's becoming more and more acceptable, especially coming out of Florida. I don't like that. It's crazy.
But also, his what he says doesn't make any sense. Just on a financial level, if you want to be one of those assholes and like, well, it's not about race. Like, okay, first of all, you're stupid and you're blind. But if you want to talk about just money, how does that even make sense? Black Panther, over $1 billion. I think it's like the 6th overall highest grossing movie in America of all time.
1.7 billion.
1.7. Yeah, it's insane. Captain Marvel, another $1 billion movie. Black Panther 2, if whether you like it or not, it still made almost 900 million, 800 and something, which is
it made a ton.
Like it made $900 million. So it's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. So right there you go. Like, really a lot of money.
T'Challa, you would have had 1.5.
Yeah. Well, easily. I think so. But then you get into that. But then you by saying that, you're saying, oh, every white-led, male-led movie is like a home run. I'm like, really? Because Iron Man 2 wasn't, Iron Man 3 wasn't, Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't, Ant-Man wasn't, and
the first 2 Thors.
The first 2 Thors really weren't that good, So it's like you have white male-led movies that aren't good, and there's always a message. It's a movie. There's always gonna be some kind of message, whether it be superficial, like, oh, this is the right thing to do. Bad guys that want to be fascist suck, or if you want to get into something a little bit more depth, when it comes to like race and like gender equality or stuff like that, like there's always a message.
Here's my worry. Someone like that leading Disney during the time of X-Men.
Yep.
That would be almost criminal for what X-Men really was, what it's really about. But you can see it. I mean, there's arguments all the time that don't believe that X-Men was really about, during the Civil Rights Movement, what's really about. That argument's always there.
Yeah.
But that's what you have. You have people, a variety of cultures, a variety of different people being focused on and understanding, like, they're the outcast, but they can be just as powerful when they come together. Like, that's what the story's about. And having someone like that leading Marvel or Disney during this time period, that would ruin everything.
Yeah. That's what I'm like. You thought Storm sucked before with Halle Berry, and she's a great actress, and that character still sucked. man, let him be one of the leading guys that make decisions over there. And I'm afraid, like I get what certain people are saying, like, Disney has this paint by number, fill in the blank, like, diversity kind of chart, which is kind of, it is silly in a sense, but you got to give them at least a grain of salt for at least trying, rather it be very paint by numbers, which it is. It's literally like a chart of, you need to have this if you have this kind of thing, which is not how it's supposed to go. But the other end of it is, we just get rid of it altogether and go back to just all white, and then that's it.
Then we're gonna get sounds of the South. Songs for the South. We're gonna
Yeah,
get stuff like that.
you get Uncle Ruckus. There you go. Like, that's the reputation you want. Like, because that's all that person like that knows. That's all he knows.
We'll have a movie called Fuck. Like, he's gonna.
Oh, he probably loved the new Good Times trailer.
Oh my god! Oh my god! He's like,
And yes, I am still angry about that.
Guys, that's kind of stuff.
Yeah. So I am a Disney stockholder. I'm kind of upset. I should have bought like in October when it was like super, super low. So it was right before Iger came back. Because it was like $70, which was a fucking steal. Like, it's like since like the early 90s, it's like the all-time low. It's back up. It's like 122, 123 or something like that. But they're saying like after in 2 days, when this meeting happens and you find out who's on the board and not, they're saying depending on who wins, the stock can jump up to like 150, 160, like the next day.
It get dropped to 90.
Yeah. So I mean, either way, I think it's going to go up a little
Kevin
bit.
Feige quits, and then what happens then?
Yep. I'm gonna have my mouse on the like sell button as soon as like that happens. Yeah.
It's funny because they say, look at his track record. Do you realize Kevin Feige's made $32 billion of movies?
He's
$32 billion.
The most successful producer in Hollywood history by a long shot. Like, it's not even like, it's like, oh, well, this person's kind of close. Not even close. It's like, what are you talking about record? Oh, the one record where, Iger fucked up and put the wrong person in charge and it fucked up entire Disney. It was like, that's kind of a little bit his fault, but not really.
It's once again, you let these 3 movies and the 3 movies with females and the 2 movies with black people come through.
Yeah.
Like, that's the record he's talking about. I was like, come on. These 5 movies, it's terrible. Don't worry about the billions of dollars they brought in. That's neither here nor there.
So for me, the deciding factor was, well, not the deciding factor, but what was really interesting was George Lucas owns a shit ton of stock. And when he sold Lucasfilm and Star Wars, he got a big chunk of stock. He's backing Bob Iger and his thing, which I was kind of like, really? I'm like, after everything you said about like what Disney did to your baby, you're still like, you know what? That's still the right call.
You know how bad it is. It could be.
Yeah,
like, I can hate somebody and then say, but that dude's a devil. So I'm not gonna go for the devil.
And you want to talk about movies with messages? Star Wars. Everyone's like, favorite childhood movie, and still people are losing their minds. Talk about messages, anti-fascist, war, racism, like all that stuff.
You're literally space Nazis.
Yes, exactly. Legit space Nazis. So, but it's insane, man. So I've been watching that a lot, obviously.
I've been reading about, watching other stories, reading about it. I was like, man, so sorry, guys. I was not ignoring you guys on the chat. I want to say hi to everybody, but that was time I want to get off my chest. I had it there. I was just like, look, we have to talk about this because this is crazy. Because if the wrong person wins Disney, I want to boycott Disney, bro. Like, I'm literally, I want to say, forget it. I can't spend my money on something that's that wrong.
Yeah. I just wish he wasn't going for a board seat. Because it'd be one thing if that's your company, but like, yeah, you're a shitty person for saying that and representing your company in that way. But also, he's running for that seat. Because the other guy is the former CFO. He used to work for Disney. He was like second in charge of Disney at one point for a long time. And I'm like, okay, I kind of want to know why you want to get back on the board. Like, I don't know. That doesn't sit right with me. But also, it's like you, like, I don't know.
Because it seems like they're his cronies, and that's what worries me too. Like if
Kinda.
you are there because of him, then eventually bad stuff is going to come out of it. That's just what
Mhm.
happens.
Mhm.
When good people are used to surround themselves with like-minded people,
Mm.
right? People that have bad takes and believe in bad things usually surround themselves with like-minded people.
Yeah.
You don't hear someone saying a racist idea that they're gonna
Thanks, Mama
go
Bear.
sit down with Malcolm X.
Yeah.
Like so to sit down with Malcolm. They're not like-minded people. That's not what usually happens. So
Yeah. Yeah. But there's a third party because you can vote for three. You keep everything the same. Bob Iger. Bob Iger's always gonna be charged, but they keep their own board. Then there's the Trian, which is Nelson Peltz, the racist guy we just talked about. And then there's a third party, and they want to replace 5 members out of I think out of a 9 board member out of board crew. I don't mind them as much. They seem to be more like, no, we actually want to make good content and this and that, but they're not even in the conversation. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like it's not even.
it's political. This whole
Yeah.
thing is political, and that's why I'm
Oh
talking
yeah.
about political type of thoughts
Oh yeah.
in it, and it's everything is being. They're going to use smoke and mirrors, but that's what really it boils down to.
Yeah.
The
Well, that's
politics.
why like there's the whole thing with Disney going on in Florida, suing each other and losing the rights to all that because Disney pretty much were their own government down there,
Mhm.
which was crazy. It was just insane. And Walt was a fucking genius for that. It was like, we're gonna buy a bunch of swampland and turn it into like the most magical place in the world. And well, they lost the rights and it was back and forth, but Disney wind up they settled, like they kind of like, all right, you stop, we stop, we're all done, we'll move on, get it going. And I think Iger wanted to get that done before the meeting on Wednesday. So
That's going to be a big meeting because on Thursday you'll know. Man, if I come on and we're gonna this the first thing we'll talk about. Look, guys, I hear you. Give me 20 minutes to get on my soapbox.
it's gonna be interesting. And the really interesting part is it seems like it's gonna come down to the people like me who own, a handful of shares. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be the small investors that collectively together like decide, and that's gonna be kind of interesting to
That's
see what
scary.
happens.
That's scary. Honestly.
So, but also a lot of people they don't buy the stock. Like I never was gonna buy Disney stock if I didn't like Disney as a company. I mean, granted, I'm not gonna buy money just because whatever, but I mean, I'm gonna make some money on it too. But also, I'm not gonna buy Tesla because fuck Elon Musk and Tesla, fucking death traps. But
Yeah, my dad got 2 Teslas, man. My uncle got a Tesla, 2 Teslas.
they are trash.
Nah, it's actually cool to drive. I don't care.
Electric cars are cool to drive.
It's very cool.
Electric cars are cool to drive, but
0
I
to
would
60
say
in 2 seconds. It's for real.
Try the I don't know if you're looking into one, the Audi
Mhm.
electric car.
Yeah, my mother-in-law has one.
Oh yeah, that's where it's at, man. The BMW one, the Audi one though is
The
fucking
BMW
sick.
is heavy as crap, and
It
it's
is big.
$200,000. I was like,
Yeah.
The X7 was nice. So I was driving. I was like, oh man, how much is it? It was like your house. I was like, so not quite your house, half your house.
Yeah. The only one I didn't get to drive was the Lightning. It's a pickup truck. It's a pickup truck that's all electric. That's the only one I never got to be in or anything. But yeah.
I mean, you hit that pedal. It's
oh yeah. It's weird.
All right. Go ahead and talk these comments because we've been ignoring our people.
I know.
Once again,
I'm sorry, guys.
It's not a show without Mama Bear. we don't have
course.
all these people. I see Zach in here. We haven't talked about nothing. What's up, Matt? First one in.
Mama Bear, Brand Davis.
I told you we got Mama Bear and BD. That means we can do a show now. It's okay.
Exactly.
We got Professor Film Fan. What's up, man? I was catching you on a couple other streams I was watching. Tony.
Oh, yeah. Tony. We got Drew.
What's up, Drew?
Sorry if I'm skipping around. Kind of going, skipping some of there. Jason. What's up, Jason?
What's going on, Jason?
Yeah. What else we got? We have to have Black Litso meds here ever daily chocolate. But, oh man. Yeah, if he was in charge, George would have been whiter than the coke he puts in his nose.
Exactly.
She'd still be from Africa, just from like South Africa.
Exactly.
Charlie Theron, where you at?
Oh man. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Hey, we got Zack Attacks. What's up, Zack Attacks?
Yes.
So without the MCU, we wouldn't have a woman-led billion-dollar film, which let Barbie be being made. Yep, or even a billion-dollar black-led film that leads to Jordan Peele to do Us or Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't even know what he thinks about Us and Nope.
Oh, never happened with him. Also, Asian led.
Yeah. Like Shang-Chi was really good. It just came out in a crappy time.
Yeah, it should have been bigger. It was so good. It should have been bigger.
Yeah. I just remember reading about like they stopped production, they start production, they stopped production, they started production, and all because of like COVID stuff. And it was just like on and like for like a year and a half, just back and forth, on and off. So I'm just glad a good movie came out of it.
They still put a quality. I ordered that one. I was looking at stuff. I was like, oh, let me pull the steelbook out of Shang-Chi. It's really good. It's just really a quality film.
Yeah. What Mama Bear said, Mama Bear. If you make movies with black or female led leads, the audience could want more. Cats would live with dogs, and it would be anarchy. Yeah. How dare they? How dare they? Yeah. And that's what I said, man. Once I found out Ike Perlmutter was kind of the guy behind the curtain, that kind of pushed Nessun Peltz to go forward with everything. And I was like, the dude that Kevin Feige doesn't like. I was like, damn.
Well, for reasons,
Yeah. Would you be surprised to hear that if they win, right? Feige either steps down. I believe he steps down because that's just the professional thing to do, at the end of the day. So they allow him to step down, and like he goes over to
immediately he'll go to DC.
Warner Brothers. They're like, hey, James Gunn, you need some help?
It's his best friend. Like immediately he'll do it. I think they'll just go ahead and let James Gunn, or let Feige do another, or he goes to another big company. And start doing independent comic books.
Oh my God! What if he goes to Sony and just completely unfuck Spider-Man universe?
He can do it. He's the one that can actually do it.
Yeah. Because like you would say Star Wars, but Star Wars owned by Disney, so it would run into the same problem. So yeah, I can see Sony. Sony would be interesting.
I would love that.
And then it would also be a way to really fuck over Disney with Spider-Man. Like, no, you don't get to play with that toy no more. And then Feige just makes this epic Spider-Man universe.
And then we get the Spider-Verse that we all been wanting. Oh my God.
We get Miles. Like, oh, I heard you have some feelings about the dark colored characters.
Oh, imagine the fit.
He makes Miles like the biggest character ever. Miles and Gwen, the two biggest grossing movies of all time. That will be so hilarious, so great. Oh my God,
that would be funny.
I'll be giving them. Yeah, here's a piece of paper with my name on it, sir. I'll sign it. You fill in the dollar amount, and I'll pay it. That's just to make sure my money counts.
Oh, that would be awesome. They just need people who care to make these films. Yeah. They give them the resources and chances white creators are. Yeah. And I think that's the thing, who was it? The director from Black Panther, Ryan Coogler. Yeah, he just needed a shot, because the dude was making like small films. Michael B. Jordan.
Fruitvale Station is one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
That's what started the whole Black Excellence on our channel was you telling me like you got to watch it, and I never watched it, and I was like, holy shit. It was really good. But yeah, Marvel gave Coogler a chance. Like, all right, here's a big franchise, go for it, and blew it out of the water.
If only they could recast T'Challa. Hashtag recast T'Challa.
Xavier said, "We understand, Brian. That's a lot to unpack."
Yeah. I felt a certain type of way. Honestly, it just reading it, and the more I'm hearing other people, talk about it, it just get me more and more frustrating. And I think us, we're a smaller channel. It's important that we talk about these things, and all of us talk about it, and make it realize that this is something that cannot be done. We really need to be going the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, it was bugging me because it was bugging me for a while.
Yeah, I know.
Like I don't like.
You guys don't know. When I talked to Tank when we went out on the show, Tank is like super, like he is tuned in with this stuff all the time. And if it was his, he would talk about this like 2 weeks ago.
Probably. Yeah, probably. But yeah, I mean, well, that because it came out about 2 weeks ago.
It's about 2 weeks ago because that's when we talked about it. Yeah.
So
Yeah, roughly about 2 weeks ago.
yeah. So, but I'm kind of also I'm kind of like wait and see what happens kind of person.
Not me. I'm like, F you, burn this thing down.
Yeah. Because I'm off tomorrow, so I can stay the whole show. Nice.
Boy, you just told us that. You should have told us that 15 minutes ago. You could have been on this panel right now.
Yeah. The new HBO series RDJ.
I did not realize that it started already.
I didn't me either.
Which one? What's it called?
I think he's talking about the one.
The Sympathizer.
I think that's the one. I think it's from the creator of Old Boy, right? I think.
Well,
or someone.
Not sure. Yeah, this is a pretty decent lineup of actors.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I gotta check that out. I didn't even know. Oh, A24, it's A24 thing. So
yeah.
Hey, before we go on, I do want to talk about Louis Gossett Jr.
Oh yeah.
You know, passed away. He's the first Black person to ever win Best Supporting Actor Oscar.
Yeah, for Officer and a Gentleman, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I think put some respect on his name, but I guess he got thrown in. You kind of forget about him. He's made some unbelievable movies. He has some unbelievable characters, and really needs us to like talk about him and remember him and bring him back up.
Oh, yeah.
I remember so many movies where I saw him and just I don't know. I'm sad to see us lose a star like that, and we're losing so many.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it happens. It's been happening faster and faster, and man, I mean, he made some important type of movies. Talking about liberators, talking about all civil rights. Talk about rights before slavery. I mean, it's a lot of different things. Civil War, a lot of type of things, a lot of different things, and yeah. I just want to say rest in peace. Sorry to your family. Bless your family. And man, guys, get a chance. Watch a movie. Watch 2 movies.
Yeah. Officer and Gentleman is a classic. Enemy Mine. I remember watching it because my grandfather had it on the TV, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because it looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
And then not until years later, I went up watching. I'm like, oh, this is a good movie. It's a good movie. I mean, it's a good sci-fi movie. It's really kind of good, really good. Yeah, that one's really good. And then the last thing I saw him in was The Watchmen, the TV show Watchmen.
The Watchmen, exactly. Oh my god.
Again, and he plays a very important role when it comes to like race. I mean, that whole show was about like racism. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Talking about
that's the X-Men, man.
Massacre and any of that stuff. I mean, I saw he did it. Was in 1992. They did Picket Fences with James Earl Jones. He was in that too. So I mean, like just saying, lots of great movies.
Yeah. It says he's in the new If movie.
I saw that. I
saw his name in the yeah.
It's
always so eerie to me, like when a lot of actors pass away, coincidentally, they always seem to have a movie coming out like right around the corner.
Yeah. How old was he? He was
87.
Yeah.
87?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not too bad. Oh.
It's a good run.
Yeah, he was in The New Color Purple. I haven't watched that one yet. And then Iron Eagle. I remember watching Iron Eagle because it was
Iron
the
Eagle
bootleg
is.
Top Gun.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
this
but that was a good.
Top Gun. That's amazing. Oh man,
That was a good one. Yeah, so yeah, definitely. You know, Lou Gossett Jr. was super good. 6'4". Damn, he was pretty tall.
Mhm.
Yeah. So and then also we got one the other day was Chance was it
Perdomo.
Perdomo?
Yeah,
Didn't
from
he pass for a motorcycle accident?
there's a motorcycle accident.
So now they delayed Gen V because they're just about to start filming, and he
Yeah.
died this weekend. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he was 27, man.
Yeah.
27. You know, like I saw him first in the Sabrina, the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, I think it's called, the Netflix one.
Mhm.
And I liked his character a lot.
Me
His
too.
character was super interesting. I mean, I liked I think that was a really cool take on the Sabrina story. But he was he was pretty cool. He just has this like the way he like emotes and just like he knows what to fit. You know, he was like, oh, I need to be a goth kind of thing, and cursed witch and all that shit. And then he goes over to Gen V and it's just like, again, super amazing in Gen V. You know, like he was definitely one of the better ones. You know, I'd say top 3, one of my favorites. You know, because I forget.
Yeah, he's
I
about
remember.
3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, he was really like interesting. Yeah, and I was really his character in specific in season 2. I was really interested to see what would
Where he
happen.
goes with it, and what do they do
Yeah,
with them? And I don't know.
it sucks. That sucks. Because like at least like Lou Gossett like got like a career, you know what I mean, and made these great movies and won awards and all the accolades and stuff like that.
Even still with that, he's been underrated his entire career.
Oh yeah, because
When
he
you
was
lose
big
someone so young,
he was big in the 80s, and I mean, granted, still a lot of racism now, but you
just
go
talk
every
about it.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, 80s, even 70s was not. I don't think not any better, but it was pretty bad then. But
It's much worse.
yeah, I was gonna say yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just and he still won an Academy Award. I really see what Chance was gonna do, and I could have seen him doing some big movies and finally getting out of that little like indie kind of thing he was in for so long. So
Mhm.
yeah, that sucks, man. 2 deaths.
Yeah, he was only 27 too.
Yep.
He really had his career in front ahead of him.
Yeah.
I was worried about that with motorcycles. I had a motorcycle in college too, and I got rid of it after like a month. I was like, yeah, this is not good for me.
Yeah.
I had to be able to ride a bike.
I have my motorcycle license. I never got around to buying one. Just couldn't afford it. And then now, like, I probably could have. For Erica's like, you ain't buying one. Like,
Yeah.
You ain't buying one. What are you doing? So, yeah. So it definitely sucks. What else we got? I know Kenny was in here. We got Kenny in the house. Also, shout out to Kenny, man. That absolutely killing it over there, man. And he passed us. He's at 1,500.
Yep.
And dude, I think I saw like your the video that like went viral. It was like 28,000 views.
But
So
it's good. It's the best thing dude. It's one of the best things I've seen on
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an amazing freaking video. So, but yeah, shout out to Kenny. He's got memberships open, so go check out his memberships. Go subscribe to Kenny. Yeah, he does a lot of fun stuff, man. A lot of good edits, a lot of good discussions and thoughts on movies and stuff like that. So, yeah. And I think he did one about like woke in comic book movies, and specifically the Miles Spider-Man kind of thing. So that was a good video. So yeah, definitely go check out that. Where Xavier said it would be nice if Sony and DC can really shine so that the superhero genre doesn't fizzle out before the good stuff really happens. Yeah. Also, Sony, they just need to get their shit together. DC, James Gunn, I believe it was today or yesterday, came out and said no movie's gonna get the green light until there's a script. The script needs to be good, and then they'll make a movie. I was like, and he said quality over everything. Like he needs, and I'm like, good.
That's what you
like,
need.
Yeah. I hope he maintains that energy.
Yeah.
Instead of it's a good idea, so let's make a movie of it. Like, no, let's look at the script first.
I like that. I like it. And Zach said, "Let me do a Sunset Sasquatch multiverse and Kevin Feige."
Oh God.
Yeah. I think that I put that out today, and it was just kind of coincidence that it's April Fool's and it came out. Where it's like a movie that seems like it's going to be a fake movie, and we do a trailer reaction to it.
Oh my God.
If you haven't watched it and you haven't watched us do a reaction to it, you got to watch it. It still cracks me up like watching it because me and Brian don't know what we're going to get into. Brandon and Zach know it
100%.
Hearing Brandon like giggle right before like the funny part like is about to happen just because he knows what's coming. It gets me every time I rewatch it. Like I'm editing and just laughing.
I'm sitting there watching this stuff. I was like, y'all should just let me go. Watch this thing. Just let me go. Just say no, it's all right.
Yeah.
Ryan, this is not for you. Go ahead.
But your reaction is like so good.
I couldn't believe I'm like, what the f is my watching?
Or you say something?
I can't wait to see that movie.
Oh my God. You let me know how it is. Y'all can rent a theater. I still wouldn't go see you.
I think it's gonna be good. This like promoter stuff feels like Succession. Yeah, man. Yeah. Former Disney employees, they're pissed off at either Iger or Feige or both. And it's just it's really like, damn, like, is this happen all the time and we just never pay attention? And that's how just social media is almost like it's a news at a point. So stuff like this we never heard before until now. So,
dude, it's crazy, isn't it? I mean, it's just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. If something happens Wednesday, I might come on Wednesday just like forget Dynasty Pipeline. I'm coming jumping on like, look, this is nuts. We got to talk about this now.
Yeah, we might not get anything until like Thursday morning, depending on the vote, but it should be pretty quick. Because damn, we're losing a lot of our black elder statesmen. R.I.P.
Yes, we are, and even the ones that were always thought as young are getting older. You start realizing, like, oh man, you're 68. Oh my God, yeah. Or talking about Samuel Jackson, you're 70-some years old. I mean, and Morgan Freeman, you're like, you're that close to Morgan Freeman's age? But Morgan Freeman's been old for forever. So, I mean, he's been old for at least 30 years. But the fact that Denzel will be 70 soon, like, this is like for real. Like, you're losing these stars that we always thought were young. But realize you've been around for 30 years. So, in 30 years, yes, you do go from 35 to 65. That happens. And, we're going to have a lot of people getting older and hopefully lasting. You hope that they last, but never know. But when these names come up and you're like, I didn't realize he was that age.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why it kind of sucks with Chance dying so young. He's British, but he's still, I believe he might be mixed, but I believe he is black.
I mean, come on, let's just be true. No matter what you do, you put some black in it, it's going to end up turning black.
I saw a comedian say something about that, like something about like if you're half black, you're all black, or something like that. Like,
there's no half black. He's just saying, you're black.
But he was gonna be. He could have been another guy that's young and can kind of like pass the torch on to, So it did kind of suck. Yeah. So you get like one of the old statesmen, like Xavier said, and then this young up and comer guy, and he's gone. Chadwick was peak
No,
at his peak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks.
I saw that it was some poll on Twitter that's saying if there's one person you can bring back, who would it be?
Mm.
And a lot of people, were saying Chadwick.
I can see
A lot of people say Heath Ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the most I saw the most. Yeah, Chadwick Boseman and Heath Ledger.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah,
I mean, those are the two I can see. I'll say that could have been star, unbelievable stars. Like at the top of what's going on, losing both of those. Oh man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does suck. Yeah, he was good in Sabrina. Yeah. Oh yeah, Lance Reddick is another one.
Oh my gosh, Lance.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. So I need to watch Gen V, bro. Gen V was surprisingly really, really. I liked it a lot more than I expected.
Same.
Yeah.
It's nice that it ties into the boys universe, but at the same time, it's nice how it stands completely on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's the best way to do it, is like play nice in the sandbox, but also you have your own little corner,
Yeah.
You're building your own thing too. So yeah, it was gonna be cool. It was gonna be super cool how they were gonna tie it all together. Brandon said, my mom took me to see Enemy Mine in the theater.
Wow.
I think they came out in 85, 86.
I want to say that I was like, it had to be 86 because I was like 1 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember seeing it on TV. It was the first time, and
I remember seeing it on TV a bunch of times.
Yeah,
it was it was like 92 before I watched it.
yeah, probably the same.
Mm.
Where we at? I'm trying to see what. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, Kenny, man. It's always fun watching your videos, man.
Oh, when you blowing up, your friends should lift you up.
Exactly.
Everyone should be saying, "Hey, my boys killed it. Go check it out."
Yeah. Agreed. I watched 2 episodes of Quiet on Set, and when I tell you, y'all remember that shit, I remember all of that. No pun intended. If you start watching it.
Oh my god.
Part of me doesn't want to because
I don't want to ruin my childhood. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like I knew bad stuff was going on, and it kind of came out like 6 years ago, maybe like 2018. There's a bunch of stuff already coming out. Like this guy was nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but also it's not really like our childhood because as we were a little bit older,
we were past
when like iCarly and all that.
It's not the first iteration of all that and all those things. It's the second iteration, which is a little bit. We're a little bit older than that, So
yeah.
I was looking the other day. I got this one gray strand in my beard. One.
I had one too down here. I'm like, no, fuck you, get the hell out of here. I was like, not in here.
I have no problem. I've earned my age. Hey.
Yeah. Zach said, I'm sure that will last until Zaslav wants him to pump out more.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the problem, man. That's the problem when you start getting people who don't understand how to be creative and why creative things become successful financially, and all they see is like people like this, give them more, you know what I mean? And then you cram it down their face and then you're like, whoa. This cool thing was now sucky, it was like
how people don't understand supply and demand, how that works.
Yeah.
You didn't get macroeconomics? Come on, man. You running a coal company.
Yeah. But it's like you want more. If you want more, then I think John Campia had a pretty good analogy about like you pay an artist to make a painting, and he can only make one a week, but now he has like 5 orders, so now he has to hire 2 other people to make the same painting. And like, but those 2 are not going to be as good as his own, so you start demanding more, so you have to start kind of I forgot what it's called. You have to put it out to like other people that you hire.
Outsource it. You have to outsource
Outsourcing.
all your stuff. Yeah.
Yes, that's what I couldn't think of. You know, so you start outsourcing, and as soon as you start doing that, the quality starts to go to crap.
Hmm.
You know?
Mhm.
So
That's when you get
Absolutely.
prints instead of you have originals.
Yep. Which is why I love my prints. Like this is a print. This is an original drawing. This is an original drawing, and I got a few more. That's an original drawing right here. You know, like
Oh, really? Tank Life was the original drawing?
it's Tank Girl. It's not even for me. It's like this this one is original. That is me, little zombie me. I paid $5 I paid $5 for this thing. It is awesome. I would have paid like 20 at minute, like at least. He said $5. I'm like, here you go, man. You know, like
I feel bad. I'll
like,
probably give him 10. I can't help
I think I gave him a 20.
Yeah.
Like, he goes, I don't got change. I'm like, don't even worry, man. This thing is awesome. So yeah, that was at C2E2. You know, he took a picture, came back the next day, and he goes, here you go. I'm like, fuck the dude, this is sick. So yeah. That's what Sushi said. Hopefully that means there weren't naked superhero booty and little jokes in the DCU. I hope not. I think he understands.
Yeah, I think he kind of gets it.
Okay.
What?
I have no belief in anybody.
James Gunn?
Yeah, I think that it still would be. Well, I told you, I still worry about James Gunn in itself. In him making a movie, but they're going to be stupid jokes because they know they work out. That's just what people do. They make movies the way that they make movies.
Totally.
You know, that's just it is. So like, so when you say there's not going to be, there will be.
Yeah, I think it boils down to, you know, having a tether and knowing when they're appropriate and when they're not. You know, I'm not expecting like Guardians of the Galaxy type humor in Superman, or at least I hope there will not be. The way that he's spoken about the movie and his approach and the themes, I think he kind of understands. You know, it works in the context of say Guardians or Peacemaker. You know, it was very appropriate for the material, but I think he understands what Superman kind of needs to be. You know, so we'll wait it out. We'll see. You know,
also,
but I think
don't you worry about him going too far away from his bread and butter too, and that's why I don't like to ask anyone to do something that they're not who they're not. Don't be someone who you're not.
Sure.
Especially if you understand when to give it, when to do. I want to get the full feel of you, and if I don't get like if George Lucas goes and does something that's anti George Lucas, I don't want to see it. Yeah, I want to see George Lucas. I want George Lucas. You know.
I see. So if I'm understanding what you're asking correctly, Brian, like, are you saying you're?
I don't
kind
think
of,
he will. I'm saying I don't think he will go away from it, and I don't think he should go away from it. He should be himself and give it anyway.
Like deviate from his kind of signatures as a director,
like his style.
Just like Sam Raimi. If I want Sam Raimi, I don't want Sam Raimi to go give me something that's going to be like the Russo brothers. No, Sam Raimi needs to be Sam Raimi. You know what I'm saying? Like, be who you are because you're best at that.
I follow. Okay. Well, to answer that, I think I'm kind of hoping Gunn is kind of, without deviating from his trademarks and what makes James Gunn, I do kind of feel like, you know, kind of him overseeing this universe and him taking on the important task of basically being in charge of like the definitive superhero. I think it'll kind of I think it's kind of putting him into a position where he'll grow as a director without, you know, necessarily abandoning all trademarks that make, you know, him who he is. And, you know, even for all its vulgarity, say like Peacemaker, for example, you know, it was very much identifiable as James Gunn content, but at its core, you know, it did have pretty good character development and exploration for a character that we probably did not like originally. The dude killed Rick Flag.
Isn't that also a trademark of James Gunn? He is amazing with character development.
Character development. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting at.
Thoughtful about
I
the stuff
guess.
he's putting out there. So that's why
Mhm.
like I think he can
Yeah.
direct any type of style and any type of movie, especially when it's comic book and he understands the genre.
Mhm.
I do worry about him renting a studio. I always said
Mhm.
that. I've always threw my worry about that. But him as a director, I don't. I think he
Mhm.
knows what he needs to do. He knows when to pull back, when to give you more. He can read very well. I never worried
Yeah.
about that.
Me neither, and I think that's very applicable in this case in particular. We're so used to him tackling obscure characters, or like kind of characters who are outsiders, and I think that does kind of apply to Superman, just on a bigger scale. Like I said,
He's
he's
not
like
obscure. He's
no, no,
probably the most.
but you can kind of consider him an outcast. He's an alien amongst regular humans. But
He's the most well
but he's
known
the
one.
superhero.
I agree. You're
Yeah.
right. He's the
So that
superhero, but still very
yeah
socially different, and he's different from everyone else in his world. So this is
yeah.
kind of like us in a way. Like
Mhm.
I don't know how you guys grew up, but you always felt like you're a little bit different than a lot of people that are out there because
Oh,
yeah, I mean I
totally.
know you be I know, but you're not the
Right.
same as everyone else. You're a little
Mhm.
bit different than everyone else because you like things that are a little bit stranger. That you
Mhm.
Mhm.
like things that are outside the box. You know,
Yeah.
I still read comic books. I always have a comic book by myself, like in my visor of my
Mhm.
car. I sit down and I read stuff. Like I don't mind fantasy, but just like be who you are. But I feel like he could understand that and bring all us who usually love this kind of type of stuff are kind of outsiders, and he could bring that
Mhm.
to a movie screen. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why I'm not terribly worried. I think he understands what needs to be done, and I'm really really pulling for him to just like knock this out of the park. I'm so excited to see his approach, and
Yeah.
just kind of like I said, this is a critical movie. This is make or break for the rebooted DC universe.
It is.
So I hope he has it. I feel like he has it in his mind that he can't fail, and he really needs to um, bring his A game. I
Only
think
at
I
light.
think he understands.
Only at lights, Mama Bear. I don't read. Yeah, I read at the light.
Only have red lights. You read the comic. Jeez.
No, I agree with you, B.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's gonna be interesting. I mean, the whole
Mhm.
world itself is gonna be very interesting, and can he put other directors in place to be
Mhm.
as successful as he need to be? Can he do
Mhm.
his best, Kevin Feige? That's the question. While still shaping the world the way it needs to go, and if he
Yeah.
can, I've always said DC has the better characters.
They
Yeah.
do. You
Watch out,
know,
world.
there's no reason a DC universe can't be just as quality and have a very long shelf life or long lasting life as much as the MCU has. They have amazing content. Um, so if he's putting quality first and he's respecting the content, that really instills a lot of faith. At least on my end, I just hope if this is a hit, if Superman is a hit, and he makes banger after banger in this chapter one, that energy needs to be maintained as far as what he's saying with quality. You know,
Yeah.
we've seen what happened with the MCU, and now Feige's kind of reeling it back in, trying to like deliver good quality. So just maintain the quality. That's all I'm hoping for, because there's no reason the DC universe can't be just as great.
It should be better. They're
It
just
should be better.
they're the
Yeah.
better characters.
Yeah.
Iron
Mhm.
Man can't hold a candle to Batman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
at all. Like there's no one on the level of Superman. There's no one.
Yeah.
Wonder
But
Woman is better than every other female character you could think of.
Yeah.
yeah. And I think you have a bigger variety of you want to go dark, if you want to go brooding, you got your Batman. You want to go sunshine and middle of the day, kind of thing. Superman, you have Wonder Woman if you want like that badass like woman thing, but then you have like the goofy ones too. You have like more serious ones. You have such a big
if you want to talk about
arena of characters.
Talk about black characters. You got Icon. You
Yes.
got Static. You got Black
Static,
Light. You
Black
have
Lightning.
Steel. You have. I mean, there's so much to go from DC. They have it all. They really do.
Yeah. They really they got pets. Like Super Pets. Like was an okay movie. I don't think I hated it. But it was
it was fun.
Yeah, it was movie. I mean, I got what I expected. But I mean, that's how much things are crazy at DC is like the superheroes have their own pets that are also superheroes. It's like what?
Yeah.
So like you can get Peacemaker and then you can get Superman and then you can get Batman and then you get Green Lantern. So it's like it's literally all over the board. Like you can go crazy with it.
So, I mean, they have it all. Anything you want.
Yeah.
I am because I do think this is up James Gunn's alley, even though I hope he doesn't necessarily direct this one. I'm sure he'll have like a hand in it. I am looking forward to the Booster Gold movie. I think that could be a lot of fun.
I wonder.
That could be a lot of fun.
It could be a lot of fun.
I'll say this: if he does do it, you know that everything else has been successful.
Yeah.
So now you have nothing to worry about. Let him go.
Yeah.
You don't do that as your third movie. You do that as your 30th movie. You know what I mean? Something like that. You're when people are already above characters and stuff.
He did say it was going to be part of Chapter 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Yeah, because it was part of it was part of the announcement that he put out like over a year ago that Booster Gold was going to be included.
Yep, and you remember what that wasn't that I was talking about. Static was not.
Static was not. Yeah.
But he also said later that these aren't all the Chapter 1 movies, so you might get. And also, it was like I feel like he's changed, like styles, like boss styles. I guess I don't know. Like he's not as talkative anymore, which I know is the thing you were really upset about, Brian. Because now people ask him. He's on Threads. I need to go on Threads and tell him to like, hey, can you not copyright? We have that video. We need to go on. I need to put it on Threads because he's all on there. But people ask him questions and he just comes in and just like a yes or no kind of answer. He doesn't really go into too many details anymore, which is
I say thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Don't tell me everything, bro.
Don't tell everything. Don't engage too much. Just cook.
Yeah.
Just cook in silence.
Yeah. So
that's what I think.
I like it.
Oh, it's a Booster Gold show. Is that what it said?
Even better. Even better. You could do more with it.
I think that could be very interesting. That might
even better.
Hello, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Kal-El? I just hope with Booster Gold, you have to get an actor who can be likable, but at the same time, you kind of need an actor with a punchable face.
You know who it is. Come on. You know who Booster Gold's gonna end up being.
It'll be Chris Pratt.
100%.
Well, yeah, 100%.
100%.
That's what I'm thinking. Which on one hand, I wouldn't mind it, but at the same time, I'm hoping like I would if Glenn Powell doesn't play Scott Summers, I'd be good with him as Booster Gold. Or what's the other one? Another one that I pick, the villain from Roadhouse, Billy Magnuson. He's another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get him buff a little
wouldn't mind Chris Pratt, but like I hope they go a little more outside the box.
No, you have your friends.
You do.
If you finally just talk what I just said about Kenny, were you not listening? Your friends, when you make it, your friends, you better push your friends up too. They need to get it too. So that's what it is. And that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna bring his people with him. And I have no problem with it.
I don't have a problem with it either.
I mean, who has a more punchable face than Chris Pratt? Yeah. You just want to punch his face all the time, no matter what.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, he's funny. It's
Mhm.
hidden in there somewhere. Like fat Chris Pratt's still in there somewhere.
Mhm.
He is funny. So it's in there. So he's got his comedy stuff that he can hit really well. The dude's super jacked now. He's married to
Mhm.
Arnold's daughter, so of course he is.
That means you have to
So
be at the bench for 400 pounds. No.
minimal.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh man. But yeah, let me get some of these comments real quick. The people are like, I'm sure Peacemaker will have a dick joke and booty jokes. That's what it is.
100%.
That's
yeah.
what it is. Tony said Disney Channel's next. Oh yeah.
They've been on blast
Oh,
bro,
yeah.
so many times. Come on, the only reason Disney Channel's now not going out there is because they had superstars that came out of Disney Channel. Between Justin Timberlake, Christina Aguilera, Britney Spears, what's his name?
Selena Gomez,
Ryan
Ryan
Gosling.
Gosling.
It's like we can go on forever. Those
Yeah.
are superstars. That's why it's never gonna come out about them.
Yeah. Although it's starting to now that some of these smaller, newer ones are doing like podcasts and shit. Like they're coming out with like some of the dirty laundry. So
I think
we'll
they'll get a cease and desist letter immediately.
I'll be back, guys. Hang on.
All right.
Be right back.
All right. Bring him down. It says Mama Bear said there were jokes in Peacemaker I could have done without.
Yeah.
It pushed a lot, but also I feel a lot of that was what's his name too, John Cena. John Cena doesn't
Is that
mind
person
looking like an ass for a punchline. So Xavier said, hopefully Gunn finds a balance between humor and serious. The DC needs to strike the right chord with the audience, or it could completely fall apart before it even takes off.
It's split still. It's still split.
Yeah. I mean, like if James Gunn hasn't already realized that Superman is not going to be super profitable, but it needs to do well with the critics and well with at least half of the fan base.
I think Superman has to make $500 million.
Superman
needs to do as much as Spider-Verse because it's a live action. This is not. If you can't do as well as animation, that might not be. You need to make $500 million. That's
doable. I think that's a good asking price for where they're at and what they do. I mean, yeah. I think that shouldn't be hard. I mean, look what Godzilla did in one weekend. Oh my god! And afterward, so I wrote a review today during my lunch break for it on Letterboxd. And at the end, I'm like, oh, Brian was like, oh, there's gonna be a butt for me. There's no butt, man. Like,
no, really? Okay.
There's no butt. There's no butt. There's no butt. I'm watching the movie.
But you understand what it is. It definitely is very much Kong centered.
Oh yeah.
It's it makes more sense because Kong. I said humans. He's the protector of humans, so he's the connection. So that Godzilla doesn't connect with humans. He destroys shit. He don't care.
Yeah.
He might be saving somebody, but he's gonna step on like 15 buildings. He don't care. Then he gonna go sleep in the Coliseum. Whatever.
That was awesome. That was so fucking awesome. Like, oh, look at the little kitty cat.
Like I said, like a cat, right?
Oh man, I don't want to give too much away, but I was like, in the next movie, if he doesn't wear a giant red tie, I'm gonna riot. Like, you're already giving me everything else I want.
This is awesome.
Give the little monkey a little hat.
But the little monkey was so Diddy Kong. It was hilarious.
There's a part in the movie where they do something kind of together, not dirty, but like it's physically it's funny, and I was just like, I was happy. I was happy as hell. I'm like, no way did they do this. This is awesome. I love this movie. And it's like in the first like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. It's like, oh man.
Oh, I was so entertained.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that probably next.
Yeah, we will do that next 5 minutes. We need to finish this stuff up.
Yeah.
Go through everyone's comments and we can go through it's Godzilla Kong. And the interview with the vampire, I can't really wait to talk about. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And then X-Men, I want to talk about the whole thing. And don't let you guys leave without it.
We could talk about that at the end. Do a quick one.
Yep. That's all I want. Just look, I'm a nerd. I like to talk about nerd stuff, so excuse me, guys.
It's good. It's
so good. I love what they're doing. I
Yeah.
love what they're doing. Oh,
Kane said, "Don't worry about James Gunn running a studio. He knows the freedom. He's enjoyed doing his own thing to an extent with the MCU and really with DC. I think he would do the same for others
but
to an
he
extent.
can't. He can't, and that's why my worry is
Yeah.
running it. You have to still have that Feige leash because
Yeah.
Feige let other directors do what they wanted to do, and we got crap content that didn't hold together and mesh together as well as because everyone's trying to do their own thing.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even say like now, like knowing about everything, I wouldn't even say like it's not he let them do whatever they wanted to do. It's just he didn't
busy.
know what was going on. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to work on this and then like imagine if you're trying to work on like, all right, I'm trying to work on Kang, but then also Kang's getting worked on over here by somebody else. And then also, well, you're like, oh, Taika knows what he's doing. And you're like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like I can't even imagine what Feige was like at the end. Like
movie, he was like, but we already spent $300 million on this. It's done.
So but yeah, I think Gunn, he already said he's gonna not go ahead with the movie until he reads the script, so which is a good thing.
Which is for the best.
I think he's gonna he understands what he needs to do. Hopefully, I think he does.
I am worried about all the movies that are supposed to come out in 2025.
We'll see.
That's
shit's gonna get pushed.
Movies?
No, shit's getting pushed back, no doubt.
But you can't be Blade. You can't push back Blade again.
No, for DC, he's pushing a bunch of shit back.
No,
Marvel,
Feige has 5 movies supposed to come out in 2025.
Damn, really?
Yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. I think Spider-Man gets pushed back. The Fantastic Four can't get pushed back. Can't push back Blade. I mean, there's just a lot of movies that are supposed to all come out.
Yeah.
Yes, Peter Safran, yeah, but that doesn't creative-wise. That doesn't really. Yeah, that's nothing to do with anything else.
Yeah, Gunn's the creative guy, and Safran is the money guy.
Yeah,
which is good. It's a good way to handle things. Oh shit, I didn't realize we were that far down.
I did.
I wouldn't mind if James got Patty to direct Supergirl. That'd be cool. That'd be really cool, actually.
I'd be 100% behind that.
Yeah.
Long as she doesn't write it, I think that's what hurt Wonder Woman 84. Great director, just shouldn't just let someone else handle the script.
It's kind of like building a house. Sometimes you need different people focusing on different parts. When one person is focusing on all the parts, sometimes they skim here. They have too much their own ideas that kind of take away your focus of what it should be. And I think it's not that bad. It's just not. It's not the way you wanted to do. It doesn't fit. And then you look at it's too much their own agenda in the movie instead of having the movie be about the character.
Yeah. I think the house analogy is pretty good because like when you go into a house, you don't look at the walls, you don't look at the floor, you kind of look at how it's decorated, and the director is the decorator, you know what I mean? But if a wall's fucked up and a floor's fucked up, you'll notice that right away, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
but if you have your decorator do all your plumbing, and your HVAC, exactly. You have a problem.
Hey. Why is water coming out of that? I was like, oh, yeah. So that is a pretty interesting one. It kind of goes back to what the Zach one too said. Like when Zach was on our channel and said Warner Brothers is just a house on fire. So, Godzilla's an asshole.
He is, dude. He used to be stepping on stuff.
He really is.
He can obviously avoid it, and he like F that. I'm gonna break this thing. Like, why are you tackling me into the Great Pyramids? He's like, because I know you like them.
Like how many people were on those bridges that he just swam through, plowed through?
He could have went down.
He didn't even need to. Went down. He smashed it and then went down. I was like, oh, you're just an ass.
Yeah, you're just a dick.
He did the Nelson, where like he ran all the other way just to tackle somebody and then went for the touchdown.
Oh, I love that.
Let's see it. Where we at? Kyle says Superman looking like a Justice Society or League in disguise. I like his. Do I have it?
I wouldn't mind it.
The Kingdom Come kind of look. I wonder if that's going to be his first look or his second look, kind of thing. Is that like, I feel like he's going to end the film in a newer look and start off with maybe that look. It's like, oh, this is my first costume.
Yeah, and then he starts to makes himself into this look. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Maybe. Feige didn't let Iger do what he wanted. Still wonder how it would be. Is that Feige
he must be talking about? Maybe he's talking about Edgar Wright with Ant-Man, who was supposed to originally write and direct it.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright. He vacated because he wanted to be like it more like standalone rather than part of the greater MCU, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. But that would it would have been an interesting movie. Edgar Wright has, again, another director who has his own style. And
part of me will always be a little disappointed that we never got to see Edgar Wright's Ant-Man, just because I really like him as a
director. I don't like the idea. I feel like the MCU has to have connecting tissue.
Yeah.
I think that's big on building upon something. If you do not have connecting tissue, I feel like it's always like a math problem. If you don't have the connective tissue, like for me, if I go integrals or derivatives, or if you just go right to diffy Q, like it becomes a problem. You have to build on it, and then because if it stands alone, then how does it connect to everything else? You created this world. I was like, I don't want Harry Potter and then them to go do the 7th movie has nothing to do with the 6th movie. Like, no.
Or just to kind of piggyback off that, Brian, at least by that point in time in the MCU, you'd any involved director would have to kind of expect to have connective tissue. We were at that point in time, we were what 6-7 years into the MCU. No,
you're pot committed. Yeah, exactly. You're pot committed.
So
you go with it.
At that point in time, I'm not saying necessarily, a director has to fall in line, that sort of thing. But, you'd have to, kind of enter the picture expecting that, at that point, they had planned this way in advance. Ant-Man was going to show up in Civil War. So there was going to have to be that connective tissue to the greater universe. I do get, Edgar Wright's desire to, have it kind of be in its own corner and more kind of standalone, but at the same time, you have to kind of really.
I understand it too.
Accept what you're getting yourself into.
The answer has to be no sometimes. And that's Feige's your job as the leader. Sometimes to say no.
Yeah. And when you're the boss, you can't always say yes. Otherwise, you end up with Love and Thunder 20 times.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I'll never forget how disappointed Brandon was. We watched Love and Thunder. It's so disappointed.
Like I said last time, like I was really impressed by the first 5 minutes. I'm like, this sets a great tone. This could be awesome. This is going to be awesome. You have Christian Bale just absolutely killing it in the opening scene. No pun intended. And then we get the Thor montage set to Enya, and then I'm like, all right, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Too much. And we got our friend Alfredo. What's up,
Alfredo?
Going on?
I know the next thing he says is gonna be something about April Fools. I know.
No, I know. Well, we'll get into that right before we. It's a good transition because it has nothing to do with what we're talking about. And then Kenny said, "I would love to see Rose Glass direct Supergirl." I like that.
Okay.
Like
I
that.
see that.
Bear said, "I'm practicing the Animaniacs Countries of World song for listening to Superman cast list."
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
That is funny.
That's good.
Right now, there's like 20 people. Like.
Oh my god!
Something like that's crazy. That is funny.
And it's not even, the interesting thing is like it's not like a whole lot of like well-known actors. It's like familiar faces, but like I think like some of the like the best known actors are who maybe like Nathan Fillion and Nicholas Hoult.
Nathan Fillion is pretty big. He's pretty
Rachel
cool.
Brosnahan, she's got a good following with Miss Maisel. But I like that he's got recognizable actors too. Playing like just, I think the standout thing is the characters more than the actors, which is good. Yeah, definitely.
And Marvel was kind of doing it with certain people. Like no one really know who Chris Hemsworth was. Like, oh, you were in that Star Trek movie for
15 seconds. I remember.
You died at the beginning, right?
You did a real good job dying. That looked real good.
Yeah, same with Tom Hiddleston. Like who? Like what?
Yeah.
So,
no one knew who he was, right? Yeah,
and now he's a staple in the franchise. Like, people are saying he should win an Emmy for the Loki show, for season 2. It was like, that's a lot of talk. I mean, he was good. I don't know, Emmy good, but we'll see. Let's see. All you need to do is set up some Legos up when Godzilla comes to town. Put that one little, the one with the little point on it. There you go. That's my favorite Godzilla movie. Okay, I'd save some of the Godzilla comments for when we do the talking about it. We got Megatron. He said he saw Godzilla X Kong with me.
I did.
Oh, you did. Okay. That brand disappointed is a unique experience. He wears it on his sleeve and still brings up comedy.
Oh my god. We gotta get to this review because he's disappointed. I cannot wait to hear this.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, so you might have had it backwards, man. with what Brian said, because Brian said you were gonna love the film, and then I was gonna have I like it, but
oh no, I loved it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Let me return for Burton. Sorry. Oh yeah. All right. But cool. Yeah. Oh, then real quick, Fredo, did you hear about the Bears trade with Washington? You mean the unbelievable trade that would just destroy the rest of the league if we did that on April Fools?
Yeah. Oh, okay. After we already traded away just to feel okay.
You know what? It reminded me of the trade that we did. I'm like, did somebody watch our channel and be like, oh, this would be a great fake trade to do?
Exactly what it is.
Because of the same team, almost the same numbers.
It's almost the same trade. Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, Affleck said absolutely not for guns plans. Yeah. Which makes Affleck, rightfully so, has a little bit of an ego. And I can't knock him for it. He does great movies, great actor, So, yeah.
Plus, you could
great actor.
I don't know about great. He
did make Jiggly, whatever that Geely, whatever.
Yeah.
Geely.
No, he's a
good. He's above average.
Yeah, he's an okay actor. I mean, you heard what Matt Damon said about him. He's like, man, he was talking about that. He's like, use those actor skills that you're doing. He said, I haven't done that in like 15 years. He was like, yeah, we all can tell.
Although one of my favorite commercials in the Super Bowl that kind of went on for a while was him, Tom Brady, and Matt Damon.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking. So they did another Dunkin' Donuts one.
They did a few,
and they're doing talking about Dunkin' King Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. Dunkin' King, he was like, hey, it's like our acting exercise. He's like, oh, I haven't done this in a few years, and he's like, yeah, we can tell.
Oh, that's hilarious. I didn't see that one.
Burn.
Yeah. Great director, mediocre actor.
Yeah.
I would put him above average. He's not great. Matt Damon.
Yeah, like with the Matt Damon's great, like, and there's that time like following their Oscar win where like Ben Affleck was churning out like tons of movies, but Matt Damon was making the good movies. He was going more for quality rather than quantity, which I always respected. But I do think Affleck did find his groove as a director, especially with stuff like, Gone Baby Gone was great. The Town was great. He was great in The Town, I thought. I was really looking forward to, his potential Batman solo movie that he was going to write and direct.
I think so too.
I prefer Casey Affleck over Ben Affleck.
Casey's better than Ben too. I think so too.
We knew
that the Casey was better. I think that's why he Gone Baby Gone was I think Casey, they knew they're going to kind of push him to the forefront. Same thing with Matt Damon. I think when they did Good Will Hunting, they knew immediately who needed to be Will.
Who's the lead?
We know who the lead is. I'm here. But we know it is. I won't be saying it in my Boston accent. It's gonna make it real believable because that's what I do really, really well. So that's I feel like we all know who are the better actors from the get go.
Yeah.
I didn't like The Accountant. I didn't think The Accountant was great.
So I think The Accountant is
I liked it.
I think
I like The Accountant.
Mm-hmm. I could watch it anytime. Just enjoy watching it. Oh God.
Yeah.
And they're making a sequel that they're filming right now.
Because it got this cult following all of a sudden.
Yeah.
All of a sudden people started just watching it and like realize this is good as ish. He's killing everybody.
Ben and Paycheck couldn't be more apt movie title.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah. But Sue says, he got a badass wife, so
hey,
J-Lo.
Let's go.
54.
Good Lord.
I know. You guys gotta watch so J-Lo goes on like a Telemundo kind of Spanish like morning news kind of thing, and she doesn't speak Spanish very well.
No.
Meanwhile, you have Ben Affleck on the same show, like either before or after, and that man is just like this completely fluent in it, and
he's a genius.
It's hilarious.
But it's because people don't realize how smart Ben Affleck, Matt Damon really are. Like they are literally geniuses. Like that's why they're able to write the screenplay when they're 16 years old. Like they went to college and did all this crazy stuff like beforehand. Yeah. They worked on their craft. They're literally that smart. So
I think he lived somewhere. Oh no, they said he began as a child. I thought he lived somewhere, something like that.
He went to
he spent a year in Mexico when he was doing whatever work and stuff like that. So
I thought that he went throughout his in high school, junior high school, went to these art schools that pushed different languages, language arts, and all this stuff, and he mastered all that throughout his adolescence, and then he was able to use it through his adult years too. So.
Yeah, it's just funny. It's like, your Puerto Rican wife could barely speak Spanish. Meanwhile, he's over here just boom. Like what? Like what? Yeah, Matt Damon speaks Spanish too. Yeah. They went
to school together the whole time. Like they literally did this stuff all together. Yeah. They're literally geniuses. Like I could barely speak English. You know?
Right. All right, let's get into we appreciate everyone just hanging out and talking about all this like crazy stuff. But let's get into this Godzilla stuff, man, because I'm kind of hyped.
Yeah, me too. Anxious to talk about
Yeah.
it.
I have to see those. Look them up. Just do Ben Affleck speaking Spanish versus J-Lo Spanish, and it's funny. It is funny. All right, let's do this. Where we at? Cool. All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tank Kramer with Brian the Grizzly, Brandon, and we are going to review Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, the huge blockbuster hit over the weekend. We'll get into numbers and everything towards the end because wow, yeah, holy shit. But we'll get into that. We'll get into our ratings at the end. We'll get into our likes, our dislikes. But before we get going, Brian, you got a quick rundown of what this movie's about?
I would if I would have pulled up the thing because it's Godzilla. I didn't know what, do we need to know what Godzilla versus Kong was about? Hey, the world is being threatened by Godzilla, and guess what? He's King Kong.
Yeah. I think it was watching John Campea, and somebody was like, "Oh, don't spoil it." He's like, "How? How can I spoil this movie?" Like, it's in the title.
All right, here you go. Godzilla and the almighty Kong face a colossal threat hidden deep within the planet, challenging their very existence and the survival of the human race. Yeah, Godzilla and Kong versus another guy.
Yeah, and another guy. So this monkey and lizard versus another monkey and another lizard.
So. Then one monkey's mad because he has a bad comb over. So yeah.
That's funny.
Like, I was like, just shave it, man. Just shave it all off. Just embrace it.
That's funny. Now that you said that, I can't unsee it. That's funny. That's fun. So we'll get into our likes. Brandman, have you started off? What you like about this one?
You know what? First and foremost, this movie is freaking fun. It's so much fun. I had such a fun time watching it. I'm a simple man. I just wanted to see some monsters fight. I got to see some monsters fight. It delivered in that regard.
Hmm.
I liked um, I liked that we got to see more of Hollow Earth. It was like almost like a Hollow Earth documentary, almost. Um, National Geographic. I liked that they kind of, I really like Brian Tyree Henry as an actor, and I thought they kind of
He
improved
did a
his
great job.
character. Yeah, he did a great job. And really, like I've said multiple times, one of my favorite newer actors of like the past 10 years is Dan Stevens. I like him in pretty much everything I've seen him in. It was nice to see him work with the director Adam Wingard. Again, they worked together back in 2014 with The Guest. Crazy movie if you guys have not seen it. So yeah, and it was Dan Stevens' character was probably like the most entertaining human character to me in it. He essentially was what the one like army guy joked about him being. He essentially was Ace Ventura in this movie.
He
I
had
liked, yeah, Hawaiian shirt and all, right? Kind of quirky or very quirky.
that entire outfit on. The entire outfit.
Yeah.
I was like, really?
Mm, yeah, I like the monster battles. They, delivered and everything that I was expecting. I liked how expressive they made Kong with him being the main character. Definitely more expressive than Godzilla, which I think really kind of worked to the movie's advantage. He kind of anchored the movie, which was cool. Like I said last week, I like any form any MonsterVerse media where Kong does not fall off the Empire State Building and tragically die. So yeah, it delivered pretty much everything that I was hoping for. So I walked away satisfied. And I'll watch another. I think it's safe to say that we are getting another with just how much money it made. So
Yeah. Oh yeah. What are you, Brian?
It was a simple movie, and it should be a simple movie because you have King Kong, and then you have Godzilla.
mhm.
Do you need much more than that?
Yeah.
We're gonna this time instead of fighting each other, they're going to fight together. It was basically a tag team awesome contest. It's exactly what I wanted.
Yep.
The whole thing was cool. Seeing Diddy Kong was awesome. Oh my god, I was like, dude, oh my god, all I need is King Kong to throw a barrel. That's all I want. It's just randomly have
Mhm.
a barrel and throw it.
That's the next
But
one.
their sizes were cool. Seeing all the other great apes being there was very cool. Kong not being alone and really being king was epic. Seeing how the Hollow Earth was so much more. I thought that was really interesting too. Being able to see all the ins and outs of it, and how it goes deeper, and there's like secret passageways that you didn't know they were there. Knowing that humans were also in Hollow Earth, which I questioned, how the hell did they get there? We had to go through a freaking vortex to almost die. Did they just like walk? I don't know.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
But it was just awesome. It's simple monsters fighting in a great monster film.
Mhm.
That's all I needed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Man.
I would disagree with one. Gia is the most interesting character in the movie.
Oh,
The
easily.
kid, the girl.
Yeah,
The kid, yeah,
Oh yeah.
easily.
that's the most interesting character.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And then they make her not talk, like she's sign language. So it was like, what? Like, your best human character doesn't even speak.
but she's the only way to contact and be able to speak to Godzilla. I mean, to King Kong.
Kong.
And then her waking up Mothma. Oh my, it was great.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say that Mothra showing up, I was very surprised in all the right ways to see that. I love Mothra.
Well, they said Mothra. She was the one who's going to wake up Mothra. They said it, and then the way she did it was so very cool. I was so excited by it.
Sorry. Anything else?
No, I mean
That-
it's just. I
No.
mean, it also
Yeah.
hit the whole parent thing. I thought that was really interesting, and knowing that she had a feeling like she didn't belong, but understanding that she was willing to give up the girl she feels is her daughter, and give her up because the good of her, for the
Yeah.
good of what she really needs in her life, and then her daughter said, "No, we're together, it's you and me."
Mhm.
Like I
Yeah.
thought that was just a really very cool feeling thing. So I mean, it even had the emotional part, and then they had the random dude just getting eaten. I loved it by a tree.
Yeah.
Yes,
By a
let's
tree.
go.
When he went off on his tirade, I knew that was coming. Like something's gonna snatch him up.
There
Yeah.
was nothing
Like,
better.
how
That
are
was
you gonna
almost like
die?
it was almost
Mm,
like Samuel L. Jackson in Deep Blue Sea, where
the Deep
not
Blue
going to
Sea
fight
fight
anymore.
anymore.
That was
Yeah.
great.
It'll get
Yeah.
you drunk.
Yeah. That was like the good sign of like knowing like, oh, you're gonna die like soon,
Mhm.
like very, very soon, and sure enough, like before he even finished his little speech. So yeah, but for me, man, I got everything I wanted in this one and more. Like, I'm like, I want to see the tag team stuff, got to see the tag team stuff. It was awesome. You know what I mean?
Like the
Yes.
Freaking
suplex too, man. He did suplex.
Godzilla suplex
He
King
suplex himself.
Kong, that was the best.
Mhm.
Like off the top pyramid, poof. Like what? It was like it was so awesome. Oh man, like it at one point it felt like I was watching like WWE kind of stuff. It
Mhm.
was just like get him, like hit him with the glove,
I
pull
was
the
Mhm.
waiting
chair
for
out.
I wanted for
Like,
King Kong to kick him and then take off his elbow,
take
give him the
off,
rock bottom.
drop it. That's hilarious. You know what? I was waiting for that. I'm like, at the end of the movie, he's gonna be like, you know what? I don't need this, and just like, but no, that didn't happen, which kind of whatever. But yeah, it was. I mean, everything both you guys said was great. It's just a fun movie that you could just
Yeah.
turn off your brain and just let it go. Let it go.
Mhm.
Even like for me, like Dan Stevens and Brian was his name Brian Tyree?
Brian Tyree
Uh,
Henry.
Tyree Henry. Them together were pretty entertaining. Together, they
I
were really entertaining.
Yeah.
Over the top and
Yeah.
ridiculous, but entertaining. So
Granted, for the next movie, I'm sure everyone, like the whole gang's going to be back, including like Rebecca Hall, everyone. I'd be fine with like just Dan Stevens and Brian Tyree Henry. Like they just played off each other that great.
yeah, they really did. I
Mm.
mean, it was a lot of fun.
There were some times where he was doing his Twitter followers things or his YouTube followers
Mm.
thing. My wife looked at me straight up like, you.
Mm.
You don't understand that. Even say you don't get it. You don't understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could tell they had a lot of fun, kind of playing their characters and shooting
Yeah.
their parts.
Yeah.
Loved Also, I really liked the soundtrack this time in particular. It had this '80s like kind of synth vibe. Who saw The Guest? Did anyone see the movie The
I
Guest?
guess, yeah.
Thought about it, yeah.
The Brian, did you see it too?
Yeah.
It had that kind of same vibe to me.
Mhm.
With if you remember the soundtrack for The Guest.
I guess it
Um,
did. Yeah.
I don't remember the soundtrack of it, but this one did have like a synth kind of, which makes sense. You're in this weird like land, so you want kind of alien,
mm,
like out of this world kind of sound, and that
Mhm.
synth kind of definitely has that like
mm.
eerie, out of the world kind of thing. But
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm starting to like Adam Wingard as a director. I was briefly pretty angry with him about Death Note.
Oh
Um,
God, he did that. Ugh.
yeah, but like between this and The Guest and Your Next, which are all movies that I really liked, and these two movies that he's made as well. I'm starting to hold Death Note against him less and less. um, and they're saying he's doing the Thundercats movie apparently.
That's what I heard.
Interesting.
Mhm. Yeah, just don't let Michael Bay anywhere near it. I think we may have a chance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other fun things, that were going on with this one, but we'll get into any of our dislikes. What didn't you like about this one, Brandon?
I think that it's really easy to kind of let logic go out the window when you're dealing with such an absurd concept.
Yeah.
So there were times that you could tell they were kind of using that as their kind of get out of jail free card in certain cases. It's a fun movie, definitely a fun movie, but sometimes it's easy to kind of use that it's like a turn off your brain movie to kind of skate by when it comes to certain things. I do think that uh, there could have been a little more Godzilla. I get making Kong the more central character and why Kong would be the more central character. A lot of the Star King was on Hollow Earth. The threat was on Hollow Earth, so it kind of made more sense, for this to be like a Hollow Earth deep dive. But at the same time, I would have liked a little bit more Godzilla. Even Kong was like mostly the main character of the last movie too. But I think I'd like more of an equal balance between the two in the next movie.
I just don't know
I
how much
think
Godzilla actually has to
true.
explore.
Offer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
unless
Yeah.
you're fighting,
So
what else are you gonna do?
yeah, and I'm fine with Kong being the main character. But it could have it could have stood to have a little bit more Godzilla in any case. The Scar King was fine as a villain. I thought he was more he. I could kind of see how he was a little bit nerfed, especially with using what was the villain? What was the lizard's name?
Shimu.
Yeah, Shimu. Yeah, little too reliant on Shimu without kind of doing his own thing at times.
Yeah, being an actual like your own bad guy.
Yeah.
A lot of big bad guys are like that anyway. Like them themselves are not powerful, but they have henchmen and they have followers.
Yeah.
It kind of made him seem like an old school villain for me, at least.
Yeah. And that's what I'm getting at. I think I would have liked to see him kind of be more of a threat with or without Shimu.
Yeah.
That was mostly it on my end.
Okay. Oh, you, Brian?
Usually I'm the guy who says I don't like a movie that doesn't have a strong villain. I think what I didn't like is that the ice one was what's his name again?
Shimu.
I didn't like that Shimu wasn't really evil. It was literally just like a pet. Like it had to do it because it was being controlled. I thought that was kind of, I had no one to really get, because I feel like the Scar King, Godzilla, King Kong would have mopped him. He would have mopped him by himself. Like if you didn't get frostbite, he would just beat his butt. End of movie, thrown into the lava, done. Like it literally had this secret spot where I'm like, how did they stop the lava? How did they figure all that out? And then I didn't understand, like, how did they get down there? I said it, like, how did the people get down into the middle of the earth? Like, I know these vortexes have always existed, but did you see, like, people were throwing up in ships? So like people just were like hopping down, like, let's go. Like, that didn't make any sense. Like, there's no stairwell that you're going to take your time to going down. Like, what? How? So I thought that was kind of unbelievable.
You just take the escalator. Next stop, Godzilla.
Exactly, like, ding. Like it's 2,500 years ago. They had the whole society, and how did all those people get down there? Oh, okay, that didn't make any sense. I think that I enjoyed Godzilla, but I think they should have. I agree with Brandon Man saying there should be a little bit more Godzilla in it. There's a little bit more Godzilla, or show him how he's destroying these other monsters. He's going around taking up all the what's it called? What's the ultraviolet? What's the stuff he's radiation? Ocean. He's sucking all that in. They didn't show him even killing anyone. Really.
Yeah, like
one person they had, but like, show him what he's doing. He is Godzilla. Godzilla is animalistic. He is the ish. show him destroy these monsters. Don't like cut away and we see it happen off screen. I thought that kind of got
Yeah,
on my nerves.
they could have done a lot more with him, like absorbing the radiation. There was more like, yeah, there was cooler stuff they could have done with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he even used the radiation on nothing.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, I thought he was going to use
He
it.
fixed the sky. He fixed the sky.
I knew I
Yeah.
needed to use this for some reason. Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna use it. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. For me, I just got two. I just got the same thing with both of you guys. More Godzilla. I wanted more Godzilla, but I'm hearing that from everybody though. So, but yeah, that and the only thing it bothered me. It didn't even bother me. It just like you lose the scope of how big everyone is while you're in the Hollow Earth. You know, like you have all him with the other, like, you know, all these big, you know, Kongs or other Kongs and stuff like that. So, and it's not until you at the very end when they get to the beach of wherever they're at, I forgot what city they're popped out in. And then you're like, oh yeah, they're freaking gigantic. And the first thing it made me think was like sports athletes. You know, you watch them on TV, they're all the same size. So you're like, oh, it's normal. And then you meet one, you're like, oh, you're like gigantic. You know, like for me, it was Sammy Sosa. Like, you know, like saw Sammy Sosa on TV. Like, oh yeah, you're big, but you know, you're everyone else is big. And then I stand next to him, like, holy shit, your arms are as big as my head. You know, like, you know, so. And that was the only thing, is like you kind of lose the scale of these being Titans because they're going against other Titans in their Titan home, you know. But you kind of get reminded, you know, in the next scene when they're on the beach and there's literal like ants that are humans, you know. So that was my only thing, is like you kind of lose the scale for a little bit, but it didn't ruin the movie or anything. You still get badass fight scenes. But that, I mean, those are my only two kind of issues, besides the dialogue and some of the story being just bad. But I expected that. It's not anything. I'm like, oh man, why didn't this person have better lines? I was like, I get it. So yeah, but cool. Anything else?
Not bad.
That's pretty much it. Fun movie, considering going to see it again.
Kind of. I do too. I do too. So we'll get into the comments in a little bit. We are going to give our ratings right now. There it is. Oh, wrong one. There it is. Yeah, we'll block the stars of the show. So we do our ratings nice and easy. Now, later, never. Now means check it out right now. Go run to the theater. Later means wait till it's at home, and never means just skip it all together. Brandon, what you giving Godzilla X Kong?
This is very easily a now. It's just a fun time. It's fun escapism. What you see is what you get with something like this, just big monsters fighting.
Yeah.
And you know, it's definitely not a perfect movie by any means, but it's certainly a fun 2 hours. You know, I just sat there and laughed and went, holy crap, and just, you know, it did its job. I walked away very, very happy. Yeah. This is a now. Yeah. Give it a now.
Okay. What about you, Brian?
I mean, I know people could complain about talking about technical stuff, but as far as the movie, it's just fun. It's monsters. You went to see a monster movie. Who the hell cares about any other stuff? Let's see monsters killing everything. That was awesome. I think they did some really cool things in the Hollow Earth. I thought that was really cool. I think that we had even some decent acting. And I thought, you know, Kaylee did her thing. So yeah, this is a definite now for me.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a now. It's you want to see it on a big screen just because of the scale of it, like just how big it is. You know, seeing Godzilla and Kong fight, suplexing each other and ground and pounding. They're literally on top of this like UFC ground and pound. You got to see that on the big screen. Absolutely on the big screen. It just Mothra was just so big and majestic and everything. So
and smart.
Yeah. Smart, you know. Yeah. She was the referee in the fight. She was the mom that came in and go, hey, play nice. You know. So, you know, yeah, it's definitely a now. It was so fun. It was so much fun. You know. and I see it was so much fun that it made so much money. The projections were like 50, 55. I think some people were saying 60. Domestically, it made $80 million. That's $2 million less than Dune 2, which is everyone saying it's a masterpiece and best picture and blah blah blah. That's how close it was. But worldwide, international made another 115. Worldwide, 195 opening weekend.
Crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. It made that much that fast in one weekend. So it won money, which is the big deciding factor whether a movie's good or not. Definitely money. But the critics on Rotten Tomatoes only gave it a 54%, which
I totally believe it. But let
Sounds
me guess,
right.
I bet you the audience gave it like a 94, 95%. I bet.
What do you think, Brandon? What do you think the audience gave it?
Probably like a 90 even.
All right. Is that a 93?
Okay, right between where we're at. Okay.
With 2,500 plus ratings. Over 2,500 people went on, and it's still a 93%. That's a lot of people with a very high percentage. So the critics 183 reviews at 54, but I get it. Critics watch it to be critical of a film, and this is definitely a movie you need to turn off your brain and just like, ooh,
monsters.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He literally suplexed him. Like I'm waiting for him to do a choco, and choke slam him.
We did get that. At the end, when they tag teamed him, he threw him to him, he whipped him back, and he choked him.
He bounced him. Exactly. That was so crazy. Like, what the ropes? I don't even know how he got off the ropes. Like, he just bounced back, and they both just double teamed him. It was so awesome.
It was so good. I was expecting like a 3D through the pyramid or something like that. Get some Dudley Boys like 3D through the pyramid. That would have been epic. But cool. Yeah, that's our thoughts for that. Stick around. We're gonna get into the comments. So if you're watching live, we're gonna get into all the comments and talk about everything. I see some people disagreeing in there. But if you want to come and join us live, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and come and join us every Monday and Thursday. We talk movies, TVs, trailers, comics, everything. So come and join and be part of the spoiler crew. We appreciate everyone coming in, checking out this review. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about Godzilla X Kong. Let us know what you think about it. But appreciate you guys and everyone in the live chat. But stick around because we're gonna move on to our next discussion about this movie.
I kicked Tank out, so that's just what it is. I don't care what he says. So I want to go through some of these comments real quick. So Mama Bear says, looking forward to the sequel, Godzilla Kong 2, Bambi's Revenge. Gotcha. So this movie is about Kong and his group of kaiju friends. Yes. And I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't have a problem with the focus being on Kong. I really didn't. Because as I said, that's the one he's more human. You can see even the walk and the way he treated the younger Kong, the smaller Kong. Like he treated him, he understood him. He didn't like kill him just because he didn't like what he was doing. He did all those things, and I thought that was really cool. I had no problem with it. What about you?
Oh no, I didn't have a problem with it at all. Because I like Kong more out of the two. Yeah, and like I said, could have stood to have like a little bit more Godzilla, especially towards the end. But the focus on Kong, him being, like you said, the more expressive, the more humanoid character, it did work, and there were a lot of times where I thought it worked even to the movie's advantage, especially seeing more of Hollow Earth and just how deep that rabbit hole went. So it was nice. Like I said, I kind of looked at it as a Hollow Earth nature documentary almost, which is cool. I like seeing more of it.
Look here in the Serengeti. You can see the Kong in its natural environment. Yeah. As a resident Godzilla expert, I give Godzilla X Kong 6.5 to 7 out of 10. Definition of a big dumb fun. Fits right in with their first encounter in 1962 or anything straight out of the late show era. in the 70s. Hollow Earth, Our Unknown Neighbor, narrated by Richard Attenborough. Oh, David Attenborough. That's right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look here, you can see as the Kong destroys and eats the lizard, and how he chooses their bones to juice, to drink. It's actually fermented, so it's actually like him having a beer, just like us.
Oh yeah, Steve Irwin would have loved Hollow Earth.
Xavier
Yeah.
here said it's a fun popcorn movie where Kong finally gets his time to shine. Lil Kong cracked me up, especially how he was used at one point. Yo, he was super Diddy Kong. I'm telling you, he was little Diddy. I was like, we got King Kong and we got Diddy Kong. This is it. This is what I need.
Totally.
And then,
I
honestly,
loved it.
without him, I don't know, Kong would have won.
Mhm.
But even though I'm going to disagree with Megatron a little bit. I think Kong would have gave him the work, would have gave Scar King the work if he didn't get frostbite on his hand. He would gave him work for real. So Jason says Tyree Henry and Stevens were great. Really enjoyed Kaylee Huddle. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think she was great.
Yeah, oh yeah.
As far as the connecting tissue between the two people, the two type of people, it was just so good. And even with the stars connecting with the monsters.
Yep. And yeah, it was. Yeah, I thought all the actors around the table were like Rebecca Hall is pretty good in everything she's in. But yeah, I liked how all three of she kind of kept her and Kaylee Huddle kept things kind of the more serious sides. She was more like the straight person, and Brian Tyree Henry and Dan Stevens just got to have fun and just kind of let loose. They were just fun to watch. Dan Stevens' intro, like when he was flying down on the crane singing "I Gotcha." I'm like. I'm like that set the tone from what kind of character he is, and I'm all for it.
I just can't believe he found a tooth big enough to go in Kong's mouth.
That was great. I'm telling you, they even said it in the movie. He literally was Ace Ventura in the movie.
So yeah, for me, the biggest down in the movie is that they take way too long to reveal. And if you watch the trailer and the posters, it's not a big surprise. So you think that they took a lot of time setting up. The movie was only 2 hours. It was an hour and 59 minutes. I don't know if they really took that long. I mean, you want a movie like this to be between an hour and a half and 2 hours.
Yeah, I thought the pacing of it was absolutely fine.
He said a mystery that wasn't really didn't seem like it. It wasn't really a mystery. You already knew what was going on. He said he really enjoyed the fights though, and talking about the second chance guys. Director of this movie is the same director who did Netflix Death Note. So yeah, redemption. All right. Kevin says international box office going to carry Godzilla X Kong, the New Empire, to make moderate success 500, 600 total run prediction, which they made 200 million this first weekend, which is crazy. 500, 600 million. I think it does. It could do 600 million. I can see that. I think it gives Dune a run for his money. I understand. To see who's number one. We only had one weekend, and if international numbers come in again with this huge swelling of people, especially because Godzilla is huge in Asia. So you can get a huge groundswell from there. I can see maybe get over 600 million. Maybe we'll see if it gets if it does a over 50% decrease this week. See what it does this next week, and that'll kind of determine where we go from it.
Yeah. Yeah, it blasted like right out of the woodwork with the box office. So I'm curious to see how long this goes on, like just how strong legs it has.
That
One
makes
second.
sense. So I think Kenny and Zach said that YouTube calculated that Godzilla only had like 8 minutes of screen time. That's the problem, isn't it? I mean, even when he was killing something, he wasn't even there really. He was like off screen killing something.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is interesting. So Wingard said the next movie will be a Godzilla-centered movie. That means there has to be a lot more killing because Godzilla doesn't have like emotions that you're gonna see in his face. There has to be a lot more fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jason said Godzilla needs to be put on Sokovia Accords.
Man, I'm saying all the damage this man was causing.
Oh, we need a crossover between Godzilla and Kong and Marvels. All the Marvel and have Hulk go against Godzilla. Let's go. Even though it'd be better, it'd be more Superman because Kong and Godzilla are Warner Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So, and during that time period with the reveal, there's a lot of human story that was starting to drag for me. I just thought it didn't make sense. Where the hell? How the hell did you get there? Like you didn't fall down a hole to the middle of Apollo Earth. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not what happened. I don't know. This is what Megatron said. I disagree. Scar King has more fighting experience than Kong. Beats Kong versus in 1-on-1, but in 2 versus 2, they can switch dance partners. I'm telling you,
That's fair.
I feel like Scar King would have got that work. Because I mean, literally, with Till Kong had frostbite in his hand and couldn't use his hand, and he didn't have his boys with him, the other Kongs with him. Like I thought he was giving that work. He's too smart. He
Yeah.
was too athletic. He was able to do things that, as I said, Scar King had the bad comb over. It just didn't look right. He didn't look athletic anymore.
Very emaciated, right?
Exactly. Ding, 4th floor, hardware, kaiju monsters, and lady lingerie right over there. That's how we get. I don't know. That's how they got there. They took the elevator. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Since we are having some very interesting movies coming in April, I would say later because you might have a better 2-hour spend. Didn't hate the movie, just found it okay. I don't know if I can say that. I don't know if I could spend 2 hours doing something better than that. That was fun.
No, this delivered everything I was expecting. I had a fun time.
How about you not see Ghostbusters and go see Kong? I think this is a better movie than Ghostbusters. Frozen
Oh
Kingdom.
yeah, easily. Should have saved my money for this twice rather than Ghostbusters.
Love to see Michael B. Jordan direct the Godzilla X Kong and put his anime inspired themes into the monster fights.
Oh,
I like it. I
that'd
like
be
where you're
cool.
going. I'm liking where you're going. Picking up what you're
Oh
putting down.
yeah. I'm with that.
Oh, man. Have you guys seen Godzilla versus Bambi? I have not. I'm almost worried to even talk about this Godzilla versus Bambi. That sounds like a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah, that sounds awful.
There's a Kong versus the Justice League comic. I know because I have them. I
Mhm.
definitely have. I pick them up every single. I was looking when we were getting ready to start. I was looking to see if I could grab it, but I realized I didn't have enough time, so I just said, "All right, it's fine." Got Anzo here. Hey, Kings.
Anzo,
What's up, Anzo, man?
what's going on?
So just talking about this Godzilla, Kong. I just had so much fun. Hey, I want to know what you
Yeah,
thought about it, Anzo. Tell me what you
and you
thought.
know what else? I'd say I liked it around the same level as I did the first one, as long as around as much as Godzilla vs. Kong, which I thought was just a very fun movie too. So yeah, I'd put them. I'd measure them up about the same. I don't think I liked one better than the
Yeah, me either. I think I agree.
other.
I like them both very,
Yeah.
very similarly. And Jason just said, "Oh my God!" No, Sorry. He said, "Oh my God, it's a real thing, Godzilla and Bambi." We'll wait till Tank comes back. We'll see if we can pull that out.
Mhm.
And then Tony was like, "Godzilla versus Medea." Hey, I can talk about a few things about Tyler Perry. Everyone's so I don't know if everyone noticed that Tyler Perry came out of the closet, whatever. That he's
He
gay.
did.
I was like,
I had
oh
no
man.
idea.
And everyone in Hollywood came to the collectors. Really? Not
I had
really.
no idea.
They all knew. They all knew. No one was surprised at all. So I thought that was kind of interesting.
None of the sinking in. I'm surprised he didn't come out of the closet earlier.
Like, who cares, dude? Yeah, all right.
Mhm.
Check the DMs, a classic on the short film circuit. Okay. As soon as Tank gets back, we're going to get that done. We're going to do that. So B
Cut
saw it.
Horvers.
Bambi. Oh, man. Didn't know at all about that one. Seems cool. I do have it on my Facebook. Okay. Oh, man. I mean, I wasn't even surprised about the whole Tyler Perry thing, but who cares? I mean, honestly,
Yeah.
but he also is a big dude that like to dress up as Medea. So,
Mhm.
eh,
Like who
the
didn't see
least,
that coming, right?
it's like that's the least surprise thing I've seen all day. Like, oh, okay, whatever. Oh, okay, yeah. And everyone was like, "Oh
Mhm.
man, that's crazy." Yeah, whatever. Okay. So while Tank is gone, what do you want to do? We can either do this Kong, or we could talk about X-Men season 3 real quick.
Um, we can touch on that. Yeah.
All right. So
Always good for talking about anything dealing with X-Men 97.
all right. I know you guys want to watch Godzilla versus Bambi, but I wanted to wait till Tank got back.
Yeah.
Or should we just pull it up? You know what? Why not?
You want to just pull it up, don't you?
I'll pull it up. Why not?
All right.
I can't believe this is gonna be a real thing. I am still shocked. I mean, versus Bambi. This is bad.
I'm just trying to picture how this all works, how this is all going to play out.
All right. This is the one right here, so I'm gonna pull this up. All right, let's see if it comes up on it. So- All right, you guys asked for it. Whatever. We won't wait on Tank. We'll just let it go. Cause why not? All right, here we go, guys. And welcome back to Spoiler Kings, guys. Everyone in our chat's been asking about this thing. We want to see a little short movie. It's Bambi meets Godzilla. Everyone's asking about it, so I can't believe we want to do this, but why not? Let me know if you get. Oh, oh, the end. Oh my God.
The end.
Oh my. Wow, you guys are awful.
I'm not even a Bambi fan, and I felt bad for him.
For the help of his Godzilla for this film. But
Bambi wasn't bothering anyone. Why you gotta do Bambi like that?
oh my God. All right, so what do you think about that, man?
Godzilla have to do Bambi like that. Bambi wasn't bothering anyone.
Oh
I
my God.
did not expect that. I did not expect that. Holy crap.
Well, in my mind, I'm thinking this is exactly what happened with Godzilla and Bambi. Like all
With
these
Godzilla and
Godzilla just
Bambi, right?
slash and step on them. And then of course we get
Hmm.
this whole thing. You got Bambi's wardrobe, and we get Godzilla stuff and all costume design and all this stuff. It's crazy. And then Godzilla
I
for
didn't expect that. I
greatness.
didn't expect that.
You ready for this to come into live action?
Oh yeah, I am now.
What if after the foot landed on Bambi, we hear mother, mother, and then just
That's cold.
God, that's awesome. I can't believe I got to thank Mama Bear for letting us watch this and let us know about this. That's so good in so many ways. It's so awful
That's funny.
in so many ways. God. Oh, let's see what everyone else is saying about this. So Mama said, "Yay!" Crying, laughing, Jason. What's up with the costume design for Bambi? I have no idea, man. Said, we will have Bambi, the Reckoning. Oh man. Beast, like I said, that is hilarious. I have to agree.
Mhm.
That's terrible. I had a tear in my eye. That was too
That is pretty funny.
said my pleasure. I'm a lovable weapon of mass distraction. Hey, that works. That was great. So it's an all out of power stomp. Wow. All out power stomp. Just hey, hey, you didn't survive, you didn't deserve it, bro. You didn't
Mhm.
deserve
Just stop, Bambi. Yeah.
it. So I enjoyed this reaction, bro. You killed me, man. I wasn't expecting it. I was like, what can they do? What can they do with
Mhm.
this? There's nothing else.
Yeah. I'm like, where's this going?
Brandon said, y'all said Godzilla's a dick.
Mhm.
Oh man. I'm saying
That's
in the
funny.
short film festival, the crowd shouts Marv every time you see his name. That's awesome. I love this.
That's funny.
Oh wow. That's
That's
fun.
funny.
Dude, I love that. This is our reaction to Baby Meets Godzilla. Hilarious. Mama Bear Art Doll was right on giving us this, telling us to watch it. I wish Tank was here to watch it too. I'm hoping he's watching on his phone right now as he's trying to take care of Lucas because I'm sure he's laughing inside right now. But guys, if you're watching this, tell us what you think about this Bambi meets Godzilla. This is exactly what's going to happen. This is exactly what that would happen. Just see a giant foot come out of nowhere.
Just come
Uh,
out of nowhere, right?
you saw my
Boom.
reaction. You saw B's reaction. Oh man, guys, that was awesome. Thank you guys for letting us see this. All right, we're gonna go to the next thing we could do. I'm gonna do something more serious. Interview with a vampire. It's coming up next. Let's do it. 哇哦！ Y'all are awesome. I will never forget that. Oh my god. Wow.
So the animation kind of reminded me of the Tootsie Pop commercials a little bit.
It was awesome. Like it was like little stuff. When you get something that you see that's actually being drawn and all that, and great comedy with it, I think you get to appreciate it a little bit more.
Yep.
At least for me, I thought that was great. I thought that was so smart. It's hilarious
Mhm.
because it doesn't take much. If you have Bambi and Godzilla, that should be the end of it, right? Ah, I do see why it's your favorite, Mama Bear. That is great. Oh, that's awesome.
Freaking Godzilla versus Bambi. I actually thought I was actually interested whether that would turn out a different way. I think in my mind I knew it was going to turn out kind of similar to that, and yeah.
All right. I would just wait for Tank, but I know we have a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't know. I know he's gonna want to see this interview with a vampire trailer. So let's see if we can find any other trailers that he might want to see. But speaking of the X-Men 97 getting a season 3, what do you think about it, B?
I'm in. I'm really enjoying this show. If they maintain the same energy, keep this momentum up, because I'm really enjoying X-Men '97, man. I really am. I'm anxiously waiting for each new episode, to the point where I'm rewatching each episode every day to kind of tide me over. You
uh,
know,
it's a great.
if you've made that much of an impression, you're doing something right.
I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I think that's
Yeah.
my. I think we have great content, we have great characters. Let's just enhance it.
Mhm. Yeah. And, they were smart about it. It ties into the original. It still stands on its own. It's grown up with its demographic, with the viewers, who like us, who followed it since we were kids. It's adapted kind of to the now, but not too in your face about it. I think it's just doing a lot right. It's just working for me.
Let me see if I can read this real quick. Brad Winderbaum, the head of streaming television animation for Marvel Studios, has confirmed recently acclaimed hit X-Men 97 is getting a third season. In the interview with comicbook.com, which is awesome, Winderbaum casually confirms that the company is developing season 3 of the series. For now, Marvel will only confirm that they were in production for season 2 and will confirm anything beyond that. When the series creator Bo DeMaio was fired ahead of the series premiere, the reports indicated that he had completed writing duties of the second season and had been discussing loose ideas for season 3. Now, though, the third season will mark the first for a new creative chief and head writer who is yet to be announced. And earlier rumors suggested Marvel had plans to continue the series for up to 4 seasons. Now, that has a lot of stuff in it right there, right? So
Yeah.
the idea that Bo DeMaio, being let go, knowing how good what they had in that bank, that surprised the hell out of me.
hmm
And the fact that they're going to give season 3 to someone else without an idea who it is, that's a little worrisome too.
Yeah. Especially if he was actively working on it, before getting let go. How much of his content are they going to use? Are they going to keep using his the content that he put together? Is he still going to get a credit on it? Is there a chance they bring him back? It just raises a lot of questions.
and he wrote season 2 already, so that's why you knew it was confirmed season 2. You have to keep that going, no matter what
Mhm.
you do. And I'm not worried for season 2 because I feel like they understand the tone. Once again, he didn't try to remake the wheel. Just use the
Mhm.
roundness that he had, and he's going to keep the story going. Just enhance every character. I wonder which storyline they go with. Do uh do they go Dark Phoenix? Do they go I
House
don't
of
know,
M.
House of M? That would be awesome too.
Mhm.
I mean, do they keep going? Because right now they're taking issue 160, 157, 160, 163, 164. Like they're using these comic books to be bases of this. And if they're going to keep going that way, where do we stop? Where does it go next?
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, it raises a lot of questions.
I mean, they have
Um,
a lot of good storylines. So.
mhm. And yeah, man, I'm just really, really excited to see how the rest of this season pans out. It's like I said, it's just been landing for me.
Right here, Uncanny X-Men 160.
Mhm.
I pretty much have all of them all the way through. So I'm interested to see where they go with this. How did it keep it going? What ideas they're going to have? I think. What if they go Inferno? I think they go Inferno. That's why I
Mhm.
think season 2 might be House of M, and season 3 might be Inferno, and go that route.
Good point. Yeah.
I mean, those are two of the three of the most interesting storylines in the X-Men comic books. I would love to see if they could do those things and you know, entertaining characters. Just would make a lot of sense. So
Mhm.
I hope that's where we get with the next ones coming out.
Same. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be good with that. Um, yeah, w- so when do you think Storm is going to get her powers back on this one,
Uh,
on the season?
two more episodes.
That's what I'm thinking.
Unfortunately, this one, we know that the next couple episodes, this next one is going to be half and half.
Mhm.
So that's why I kind of knew that's going to happen. That we're going to have some time before, but now that we have we saw what the in series was the in thing was for this last episode. So Forge being there, we're gonna have two chances at Forge because Bishop just took Nathan to go see Forge in the future, and now Forge is with Storm right now in the past, and then Forge his technology is the stuff that actually took Storm's uh, powers away. So there's just so many things that are going to kind of be meshed in, and I think that's going to be really interesting. Uh,
Mhm.
Otendo and then Life Death Part 1. That's what this next episode is going to be. Basically a two-parter. I am excited to see what they do with it, but we got to wait 2 more days. I'm not excited about that. 2 days is a long
Dude,
time.
I'm telling you, yeah, especially for this show, it's killing me. I'm sure you understand.
Oh,
um, but yeah, it's just awesome. So yeah, I'll watch. I'm happy we're getting a third season. A second one was enough for me, but at the same time, it wasn't enough for me. So I'll watch as much as they want to make. Just bring back Spider-Man through Spider-Man 98.
I think they're going to get a crossover with Spider-Man 98. I wouldn't be surprised
Yeah,
at all.
you don't have to go too crazy with the show revivals, but Spider-Man ended on a cliffhanger too. I want to see what happens next. Pick
And
that
I
up where
heard
it
that they
left
was
off.
going to bring up Batman animated series. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, those are some of the greatest ones. Period.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite animated movie is Batman: Mask of Phantasm. So
Yeah.
I talk about it all the time. Those are my favorites of all time. So I'm all for it. Bring back good quality content that actually cares about the characters. We'll wrap up this part with this is the tomato meter. So the critics have this as 98,
Mhm.
98% on tomato meter. What do you think the audience gives it?
So at a 98,
So critics are at 98.
I bet,
What is the
I
audience?
bet, I bet the audience is giving it like a 100 or like at least a 99.
A 92.
Huh. A little bit lower than I thought, but it's still good.
It is still great, but I think the people that are hating on it are literally hating on it because of the storylines, because they don't like the storyline that they chose. Not
Mhm.
because it's good, but I talked about that before. I understand where people come from. They don't have to like what I like, but I think
Mhm.
you need to give flowers to something that's just got it right.
Yep.
That's all.
Yep. I agree. And yeah, like I said, there's so many standout moments for it in each episode. Like the Cyclops superhero landing in the first episode, the Magneto speech in the second one was amazing. Pretty much everything with the Goblin Queen in the third episode. You know, I'm really enjoying that, and I'm loving like just the fact that it feels like an ensemble so far. So the Goblin Queen, yes, it is awesome.
If it needs to be made I got it.
Hmm. I love that.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
don't need the X-Men 97 stuff. I need to go ahead and get a Funko of it. So the Goblin Queen is
Hmm.
there. That's awesome. This is what me and B think about it. What do you guys think? It's X-Men 97 season 3. Are you excited by it? Are you worried about it? Because you're not having the same original creator of the series? Or do you think they already understand what they need to do? All they gotta do is use the comic books and use Inferno, use House of M, things like that. That will have a wonderful season 3. Let us know what you guys like this video. Make sure you subscribe. And we are here Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. We usually go to midnight. We got to talk about a lot of different things. But tonight, I want to get to the interview with the vampire. So that will be up next. Thanks,
Yep.
guys.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to pull up this interview with the vampire. Because I don't know. I was trying to hold off for Tank, but we got last couple minutes. So I want to make sure we get this.
Yeah. Yeah, we could just go ahead and hop right into it.
All right. You want to run this one?
What's that?
You want to run it? I'll pull up the video. You can run it if you want.
Okay, what am I just doing? The the intro.
You can run the intro, man.
All right, yeah, I'm in.
All right. And pause this and get it all ready. Share it. Make sure. All right. You're in transition and you got it.
Hey everyone, welcome to Spoiler Kings. I am Brandman Brandon here with my buddy and brother in arms, Brian the Grizzly. We are about to do a trailer reaction to AMC's second season of the very awesome Interview with the Vampire.
I mean,
Season 2.
I've been excited about all the stuff they've been doing, and AMC has been doing great stuff. So this is going to be.
Man, I'm so excited. This is going to be awesome. Not too much longer wait. When season 1 ended, I was like, oh, it's probably going to be like another year and a half, 2 years. But thankfully, that time frame, roughly year and a half, zoomed by, and here we are.
I can't wait. Let's jump right into this trailer reaction. I'm gonna hit play. Let me know if you hear it.
Let's go. Yeah.
Who are you, Louis?
I'm the reticent vampire of the night there on these small. I walk the night, capturing disappointment and regret. Wait, stop the date. We should get every detail right.
I'm listening.
Come and bring the petite beauty.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Théâtre des Vampires.
Perhaps this would be a time to take a break, Louis.
It's different here. I love it. I never want to leave.
The Coven has grand designs for her.
Who's that handsome man on the wall?
The finest actor ever to walk our stage, Lestat de Leoncourt.
We both now exist in two different worlds.
The Coven Master has the power of life and death. Will you abide by the laws?
I will.
You've remembered, Claudia. I'm remembering it now.
It's never been about me.
All those years, coming back.
I want to know, for me, what happened between us.
I want to tell the real story.
May 12th, guys, coming.
May 12th.
All right, man. What do you think?
Oh, in comparison to season one, I like how it looks a little more grand scale. I like that, we're going to see more of Louis and Claudia, kind of just together. Obviously, Lestat is very much alive. Like I said, Anne Rice's content, The Vampire Chronicles, it works a lot better for TV. And, AMC, I think, is a great channel to adapt this. I really like the actors they selected. Not too familiar with the replacement actress for Claudia, but she seems like she's doing a fine job based on the trailers. Just looking forward to seeing very much where they go from season one, which I just thoroughly enjoyed. Like I said, I thought they really, really tackled the characters. So I'm looking forward to seeing more vampires. I'm looking forward to seeing more drama with Louis. I'm looking forward to his monologues because that dude was spitting first season. He was spitting in the trailer. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to keep me busy in May, along with X-Men. So
I just the emotion now it was evoked while watching it. I just kept on feeling it more and more, and then it made me think of. I talk about this movie a lot, Memento. Like not being able to remember and how that affects a person and a personality, and then when they use it to their advantage, when they're using that type of thought process for them. Because they want to forget. They don't want to have that power. I think those are really key things that are going to happen in this season. And I mean, just seeing the theater, understanding that Claudia's going to lose herself in some of this stuff because she loves it. But we saw the last trailer where she hated her relationship with she said she blames Louis for bringing her there. So like there's going to be these struggles that are going to be really like fun and serious and heartbreaking in times all at the same time, and I'm excited to see where it becomes, where it goes from here. These showrunners seem to be doing such a great job with creating this storyline, and I'm loving it. I really am.
Yep. Same. Yep.
Yeah. And even Daniel in bringing up what happened between us. So we're going to see all these relationships really intertwined, and hopefully we might hear some true statements. Because a lot of what Louis been saying is just his brainwashing.
Yeah.
What
It's
happens
BS,
when Louis is no longer brainwashed, and he's actually gonna spit some truth.
Yeah. Hmm.
Man, this is gonna be good. I am
Yeah.
super excited for was it? You said May 12th?
May
May
12th.
12th. AMC Plus. AMC also is the one that actually brought back Snowpiercer. So TNT dropped it. AMC decided to go ahead and pick it up. So the final season of Snowpiercer is going to be on AMC. AMC is just picking up bangers and doing a great job. I love the quality of the show, and I am just on pins and needles waiting for this. About 6 weeks away. We're almost there.
Yep. Month and a half roughly. Yep.
So
Yep. I am excited
guys,
because
this is what
season 1 was so good. Yeah. I might rewatch season 1 and rewatch season 1 in preparation.
Oh,
We got no time at this point.
I would definitely do. I would do a watch party. We could talk about all those things. I think that is something that this is the type of show that is so grown, yet it's still fantasy, and I love that feeling, that mesh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man, guys, this is what we're saying. I want to hear what you guys think about it. Aaron Rice's interview with the vampire. This official trailer that was serious. I love it. Hope you guys love it. I hope you're excited. I can't wait to get any more information. I don't think I want any more trailers. I think I want to.
No, absolutely not. No, this is enough.
But I want to hear from you guys. We all want to see. Share your comments. Share the video. Let us know what you guys are thinking. We are on our way to 1,400 subscribers. If you guys get a chance, like the video, subscribe. We're here Mondays and Thursdays from 9 to midnight. Every Monday and Thursday, no matter what, brings to the show, and sometimes some surprise shows. So this is what we got for you guys right now. We're gonna go to our next topic. But Brandman, you want to take us out?
Yes. How do I do this again? I'm not used to it. It's okay though. This was our trailer reaction for Interview with the Vampire Spoiler Kings. I am Brandman Brandon with my boy here, Brian the Grizzly. Check us out on YouTube, Spoiler Kings, and thanks all for tuning in.
Thanks, guys. Nice job.
Thank you. Yeah, what do we got next?
I was really waiting on Tank, but as of right now, I don't know. Have you had a chance to read Ultimate Spider-Man 3?
Oh yeah. I loved it.
Why don't we take 5 minutes and go ahead and review this real quick?
Cool.
All right. I'll do the introduction. Let's say I want to read the comments real quick because everyone's doing so nice. I agree with Mama Bear. Said, bring back Saturday morning cartoons. Bring them all back. Give us.
Bring them all back. Yep. Bring back One Saturday Morning on ABC.
One Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
But make it like one Wednesday night. Did y'all like Joker? I wasn't a fan. Have no plans on watching Joker 2 or reviewing it. Matt, you're on my side. They love it, but you're on my side. I had nothing to do with it.
The main standout thing for me with Joker was a really good performance with Joaquin Phoenix. If I wanted to watch Taxi Driver or King of Comedy, I just watched Taxi Driver or King of Comedy.
That's true.
It was just even 2. I'm not too interested in. Even though I do
Lady Gaga.
Yeah, even though I don't mind the occasional musical, I'm not invested.
No, that's
I'm like, I'm good. Yeah.
She said, love the energy for Brandon on this clip.
Thank you.
Said Brandon always has great energy, except when he's falling asleep. But yeah, he does have great energy. And that's actually why I wanted to do this with him, because a lot of times, Tank is leading it, or if he's not doing it, I'll take over. But Brandon is great at doing this stuff too, so I want to make sure we all get to see that.
Oh yeah, I'll do more of it. Yeah.
Amelia, I haven't seen Joker. I was streaming with someone who talked about it nonstop.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is great in everything he's in. He's really the best thing about the movie. I liked a lot of the, with it being set in the '80s, which was kind of cool. Like I liked a lot of the costume. It was very well shot. Like the cinematography, I thought was pretty good. But really, I just kind of looked at it as a glorified, taxi driver king of comedy knockoff. With the DC title, with the Joker title just kind of slapped on it. That's all it was.
That's me.
Yeah, I was fine with it, but really, you know how many times I've watched it through all the way through?
Once.
Yeah, just the one time.
That's me. One time.
Yeah, I watched it just the one time, and that was enough. I didn't bother with it at the theater. I think like I watched it one day on digital. It may have even been during COVID. I had waited. It was. I never got the hype. To be honest, I didn't necessarily think it was an awful movie. I just never got the hype behind it.
Yeah, I think it's a good movie, just not a movie that I need to see again. That was my biggest.
Exactly. Yeah.
That says, are we going to get another Power Rangers movie? Y'all know if we're getting a new film.
And that's a good question. Because they were saying, the last one underperformed, so they pulled the plug on any sequels. And then they were saying they were going to do like a reboot of it, and now it all just kind of seems dead in the water, which is too bad. I liked the 2017 version.
I thought it was a good idea. I thought that they did a good job. Just
yeah.
No, I think it's better in TV form. I think that's my opinion.
Which is understandable. Yeah.
Actually, I looked at it, Brandon. It is past midnight. No, I want to do this comic book review because I've been so excited about it. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for the night.
Okay. Sure, you don't want to give it a couple minutes?
Man, I would love to. But we can always do it because I think we need to still do our members only. We're going to do this video on Good Times. We could do this one for Spider-Man, and we'll be releasing it in the next couple of days and do that. So I think for the night we'll wrap it up. Wrap it up with this one. Said, I just watched the first episode of Renegade. While y'all thinking about Godzilla versus Kong at 97, I'm looking. The first episode was dope. Okay.
Good to know. I'm gonna watch Renegade now. I've been hearing some decent things about it.
I've heard too. Yeah, members only. Yes, we're gonna release it to the members only. I think we're gonna do it for the first 5 days, and then we'll give everyone a chance to watch it later, maybe depending on how Tank feels. But yeah, we're gonna do a members only type of stream and just talk to you guys and talk about the things that about those two items and go from there. So we'll try to maybe record it tomorrow and then we'll release to you guys afterwards. So let you guys know. But tonight I just want to say thank everybody for jumping in, showing up. You guys have been awesome, especially because we had to, I had to send Tank off because he needed to go. And he's since he's our fearless leader, he doesn't want to leave. But I was like, no, gotta go. So thank everyone for being in the comments today, especially our members, Mama Bear, of course, Brandon. Cleves didn't show up today, but Cleves is always a member. We had Anzo come in from Bigger Ford Entertainment. I think those were the rest of the members that we had jump in today, but we couldn't do any of these shows without you guys. Really appreciate it. appreciate all the comments, all the help, especially Kenny, who's blowing up. Thank you,
Right.
all you guys for all this stuff. Kenny, thanks for the great content. I appreciate that. And Zach, of course, Zach Attack Reviews. Well, that's our boy. You know,
Mm-hmm.
tomorrow I know Zach is doing his show, so make sure you guys check him out. Kenny's been releasing all type of great videos and doing nice, great shows. So please check them all out. As I said, we're gonna do our members only show. We're gonna be releasing in the next couple of days. Thank everybody for being in here, but we're gonna get out of here for the night so we can get some sleep. Brandman has to go work out in the morning, and my back might be okay enough for me to go to. So we'll see.
There you go. There you go.
All right, guys. Thank you for being here with us, and we will see you guys later.
This program was made possible by viewers like you. Thank you.